to the Hawks Nest live stream show. My name is Brandon Kane, and we got game day today, a season winding down, a game with a lot on the line this particular afternoon. A tough team coming into town, Seattle trying to keep those playoff hopes alive, and we'll be here all day breaking down this action play by play, keeping you guys up to speed on how this team's looking and if they're ready to mount that one final potential push to playoff glory. I appreciate you guys watching today. Please, on walking on in the door, if you can, hit that like button as you come on in, as I do appreciate that. We're just a couple minutes away from game time, so we'll be just doing the play-by-play today, of course. A long day today with the post-game stream after the game, Bleacher Report, and we'll be locked in here all day on this kind of action. So hope everyone's having a good one. Check in with my people here initially before we get kicked off. Mad Wolf, how you doing, brother? William Leonard, hello. It's good chatting with you yesterday. Feed me, you too. Brian, hello, 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 hello. Young Guns, I'm not sure how long it takes a new OC to settle in, but I don't give Grubb higher than a C grade this season. I think there's going to be quite a few that'd be in that same kind of place with it right now on their outlook with Grubb. Hey, Greg Kemp, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. Gen X US Marine, I hope we win too, man. And the Rams did win today, unfortunately, so it is going to get any easier. Looks like maybe the Cardinals will lose out there to Carolina, but as we had kind of thought coming into this game, when it was all said and done, this was going to really come down to probably us and them, us and the Rams. It's all said and done. Cool Breeze, I read somewhere it would be a hilarious or on brand for the Hawks to pull off an upset today and then choke next week at Chicago. Let's hope it doesn't happen. It would be on brand. That would definitely be fitting to this season. Feed me, thank you for a $2 donation. Starting us off the rip here hot, man. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Will Ryan Grubb not be stupid this game? Well, two main places I think that we can kind of keep a look at walking in this game that are going to give us an indication of that. Can he stay with the run game, number one? And then number two, can he withdraw some of that want that he has to go to those 7-step drops, to try to think he's going to have time for these longer developing routes, especially against a team like the Vikings that's going to blitz the hell out of you and not give you a lot of time in the pocket for those long developing routes to develop. And so I think that's really two key points that we're going to be able to kind of settle in on him with here today, Feed Me, and we'll see if he makes those adjustments. And that's the key there. Riverside, how you doing? Eagles are playing the Skins. They're doing pretty good on that. They are doing pretty good on that. Thank you for the donation, though. Feed me. Be smart, Ryan. Be smart. Jay Holland, hello. I'm nervous too, man. Brian Kennicott, how you doing? Steph, rightfully so. Go Hawks, Mythic. Got all my people in the house. Good to see Megan. How you doing? Zorn Jersey, Power Jersey on B. Let's go. Hey, we got to tap into it today, Megan. We got to tap into it today. We need all we can muster, you know. Lord knows they might not be doing it in the stadium. Mr. Kane, my brother from another mother. My Hawks went out the rest of the regular season. Well, you'll be the prophet, Mr. Kane, if you can pull that one off. Which I'd expect nothing less from family. You know what I mean? All right, we got the opening kick here where the Vikings will take the ball first, and this is kicked through the back of the end zone. So we will launch this right out space. Good to see you, AC Journey. Hans, hello, hello, hello. BL Ben, Jail, good to see you guys. Sean, Jack Maloney, all my peeps in here. Love to see it. Love to see it. We'll see what Seattle can do. So Kenneth Walker is going to be active in this game. Of course, Geno Smith is active. Notable for the Vikings, Harrison Smith is going to be out for them, the longtime safety. So you do have a little bit of help with Walker coming back. Boy, it looks like a real foggy day down there in Seattle right now on the field there a little bit. Play action pass to start this off. We'll throw out into the flat. Easy peasy to Jordan Addison. 9 yards. I love those calls for a quarterback first play of the game. Just quick rollout, quick read. Take the little check down. Let's get this thing rolling, start it out. I wish we did some of that. Second and short. Ball on the 39-yard line. Vikings territory. Trey Brown out getting the start for the Seahawks, by the way. So no Tariq Woolen in this game. Handoff outside there. Nice run there by Aaron Jones. He's going to take it for 10 yards. But interesting. Interesting. No Woolen. Very, very interesting. First and 10. Ball up on the 47-yard line into Seahawks territory quickly here with his opening drive. Play action pass. Sam Darnold takes the check down there to Jones. Jones will get it for a gain of about 4 or 5. I don't know if Woolen's completely inactive in this game. I don't think I saw him as inactive, but they definitely have not got him starting right now. 2nd down and 6. Pitch play out wide here now. Nice job out there by Witherspoon on the tackle of Jones. Boy, he is so good. 3rd down and short now for the Vikings, 3rd and 4. Great tackle by Witherspoon, getting off the block out on the edge there on the pitch play, and then corralling the player to the ground. Shotgun look here for Donald. Drops back, looking for the quick throw. Doesn't find it. Comes back underneath. A little bit of an errant throw there. Hit as he was throwing it. Looks like that Leonard Williams was bringing the pressure there. It does appear Leonard was bringing some of the pressure, able to hit him as he did throw the ball. Puts the Vikings in an interesting situation here now. It is a little wet there on the field. You're at about the 42-yard line. This is going to be a gnarly little field goal attempt if you're going to try that. Ball just swooped right through the fingers of the running back. I guess they probably go for this. Yeah, they are. All right. Empty look here for the Vikings. Jones is going to come back in motion prior to the snap and the line out wide, and they're just going to call a timeout. Vikings going to think this one through just a little bit. So 4th and 4. Vikings have leaned on the short pass in the run game here early on with this drive. Let's see if they stay with that here. We got a little bit of a blitz look from the Seahawks. They're showing a fireman five-man blitz here. Drop out of it. Jones sits down. Easy completion out there for Hawkinson. He was wide open. A little bit of a high throw by Darnold. Hawkinson was able to athletically get his feet down and bounce. But it just almost looks like nobody really ended up picking up. Oh, I see. Yeah, yellow rub route there by the Vikings. So Jenkins got rub routed. And that freed up Hawkinson. 1st down and 10. Long opening drive here for the Vikings is consumed. Almost first 4 minutes of clock here. Another handoff to Jones. Jones will take it for a gain of about 4. The coverage there, Tay, I believe, was man coverage. So that's why it's hard on those, when they run those rub routes, that's what it'll attack is man coverage. Is the man's got to get through the other guy or get around the other guy to get back onto his coverage spot. And it's a short route, so it's hard to do that. But it's a man attacking kind of principle. Because if you're zone, the other guy can just switch, release him, and jump out to the back. 8th play of this drive. 2nd down and 6. Dropping back to throw is Donald. Donald throws it out wide and makes the catch here to Addison. Addison tries to make a move, but he's brought down to the ground. First down. Devin Witherspoon on coverage. Witherspoon on the outside here in coverage on Addison. First and 10, ball on the 17-yard line in Seahawks territory. Another throw out into the flat again. Shades of a little bit of last week with the Packer attack. Just, we're gonna work off the run. We're gonna stay balanced. We're gonna throw it out to the flat constantly and attack you there. Taking what the defense has given them are the Vikings here on this opening drive. Yeah, the footing doesn't look like it's great out there. A little bit of a drizzling looking kind of day here in Seattle. And on that Witherspoon catch he gave up, looked like he was struggling to quite come back for the ball. Second down and 3. Hand off inside here to Jones. He's going to be wrecked by Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams just collapsed him there in the backfield, blew his block up completely. Leonard continuing to play great football. Geez, you had him almost from a one-tech position there. Third down and 3. Darnold in shotgun. Trips to the far side of the field. 4-man look here from the Hawks. Darnold drops back to throw. Easy completion inside. Just attacking zone coverage principles there, the Hawks. Jefferson sat down in the zone right between 2 Hawk defenders, and Darnold zipped it in. Woolen is suited up. Yep. Darnold, 6 of 7, 45 yards. Drive that feels like it's consumed this whole first quarter. First down and goal from the 5. Under center, Donald drops back, looking to throw it back underneath, comes back under, to go, hits Addison for a touchdown. He was looking to the flat first, drew the eyes of the Hawks over that way, and then came back underneath for Addison. Hawks defense just torched up on that drive. Man, there was 2 guys open on that play for the Vikings. Jefferson and Addison were both open. Again, the Hawks living in those 4-man boxes. You didn't get them into third and long, so you didn't feel like you can go to those stack fronts or simulated pressures. We've seen with McDonald that he doesn't do that. If you're going to get him into 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s, you're not going to see blitzes run. So if you as a team, as we talked about coming into this game, one of the keys of the Vikings, if you as a team can keep the Seahawks defense into 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s, like we saw the Packers do last week, you remove kind of the blitz packages from the playbook, and they're more than likely going to be in just 4-man down fronts. And, you're not going to maybe get a large swaths of yards working your way up the field, but if you're staying patient and just in that trek of things, you can do just fine in that realm. That's what they did there. Phoebe, thank you for the $2 donation. He says, is it me or are the 12s loud? I can't quite hear myself because I got the volume off, of course, there, Feed Me, with when I'm doing the play-by-play, so I can't quite hear on that. But it'd be good if they had a bounce back. I'd like to see a bounce back here. We got Pumpkin finally. Thank you for making your appearance. The game started like half hour ago, but, better late than never, I guess. Whew. Yeah, that was a soft drive there. I'll be right back, folks. One sec. Pumpkin in the game. That's right. Oh, yeah. Death zone, more like soft zone. Am I right? Seahawks says my satellite provider doesn't cut away from the Eagles Commanders game. I hate when those games go for this long afterwards. It's like, yeah, you guys, come on. Yeah. They play the line with the way they schedule these games on that. All right, we got the return here by Jalen Durden. He'll take this ball up to about the 32-yard line for a decent return. Hawks offense will take over with 8:01 to go in the first quarter, down 7-0. Wet Sharman, that's our defense's nickname. Wet Sharman, he said, Pumpkin. All righty. Geno under center, 1st and 10, 2 tight end look here for the Hawks to begin things. Countered here by a 7-6-man front here by the Vikings. Hand off here to Kenneth Walker inside. Just a zone run up the middle there for a gain of about 7 or 8, maybe. Oh, I hear you, kitty. I hear you. Well, they'll give him 6. Quick snap here to Walker. Walker trying to bounce this outside. Boy, looked like he's going to get a chance to bounce that outside and just couldn't quite get it out to the depth there. It'll be about a gain of a yard. It opened up wide there on that backside. He just couldn't quite get there. Third and short here for the Hawks. Vikings running their games up front. They're not scared to keep running their games in third and short situations. Geno making an adjustment here at the line of scrimmage. And Geno's adjustment. See, this is where it's like, this is part of why I don't like McDonald deciding he's going to throw out all of his stacked front stuff when you get to third and short. It causes confusion by the Hawks. Hawks try to make some changes at the line of scrimmage. The snap count gets thrown off. Sa'atoa jumps, false starts. That's just the stack box and what the Vikings front just did to the Hawks offensive line without the snap even occurring. And this is a difference between two defensive concepts right now, with one willing to roll like this and the other one which is content to play it a little bit safe in their approach of things. Now you're in 3rd and 7. Now the Vikings are in their spot where they love to be. Heavy look on the front here for Geno. He's dropping back to throw. Geno is going to whip it up over the top here to to Jackson Smith. Jackson can't reel it in there. 4th down. Definitely, I see what you guys are saying on the pass interference a little bit there with the not turning around for the ball. But the one thing is with that, too, is Jackson's got a little bit of a push out there before the ball arrives, too. So, 3rd and 7 here for the Hawks. Vikings running their games up front. They're not scared to keep running their games in third and short situations. Geno making an adjustment here at the line of scrimmage. And Geno The officials could very well have, if he made the catch there, have called him on that as well, because it's right there as the ball's about to come in route. Here's the punt for Dixon. Ball be fair caught at the 9-yard line. Kitty, can you chill? Just relax. Whew. Great punt by Dixon, yeah. It is pretty tough, John, when he's the star of your game. Does make it a little bit rougher. I really hope we don't just sit in 4-man fronts all day against this Vikings team and just go, well, they're 3rd and 4. We can't do our stuff. They're in 3rd and 4. It's 3rd and 2. I mean, we just can't. It gets annoying sometimes when we're kind of predictable about like when we are and when we're not going to run stuff game wise. We're not good enough to just sit there and line up with a 4-man front and be like, yeah, this will stop you. I hear you. I hear you. I know. Is Treaquillen back out there? Yes, they've got him out there now. 1st and 10, handoff inside. Nice gain. 9-10 yards there for Aaron Jones. MJC Ock, thank you for the $5 donation. Says this game looks like last week. This looks very similar to last week's game. Yep. It's very similar too to the games this year that when they've gone into not a good direction, especially for defensively, this is how it sort of ends up looking. It's not big plays and chunk plays down the field. It's just offenses moving at will. And 2nd and 1, another handoff inside, 1st down, 4 or 5 yard gain. Inside run, inside a gap run. Just it looks easy, and this defense kind of counterbalances that with making it look really, really tough on offenses on the other side of that, where they're sliding between the two. And boy, it's frustrating where you just can't find that consistency of performance there on that defensive side of the ball. And when it goes wrong, it goes really wrong in this specific way of the sort of slow death kind of way. 1st and 10, ball up on the 22-yard line. Darnold back in shotgun. Dropping back to pass off 3 wide receiver look. Easy completion out there in space. And that will be a 7 or 8 yard gain. Look like just a little post route there to Jefferson. So I'm Darnold back under center here. 2nd and 2. He's going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. He's got trips to the far side. Addison goes in motion. Handoff here to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones picks his way through traffic up the middle, and he will find a gain of about 4 yards and another first down. Nolan with the $2 donation says, why is there no blood shooting from my eyes emoji? I might have to get a custom one for that one made, Nolan, for the members on the channel. I might have to do a custom GIF on that one. That might be worthwhile. Thanks for the donation. 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Darnold again back under center, pitch play wide. And a gain of about 5 there on the pitch play. Vikings doing whatever they want to do here early on against your Seahawks offensively. Aaron Jones, 8 carries, 44 yards. Sam Darnold, 8 of 9, 57 yards. You are providing no resistance in the least on what they're doing to you offensively here to start things off. Dropping back to throw is Darnold. He'll go wide here. And Woolen will jump in to try to make the nice play there by Woolen. Looked like he came close to being able to make a play on the ball there. Interesting throw there by Darnold. Boy, bad throw by Darnold. He threw that wildly behind Jefferson there. 3rd down and 5, 2:54 to go here in the first quarter. Ball on the 40-yard line. Darnold back in shotgun. 3 wide. Seahawks show a 5-man look, bring only 4. Darnold dropping back to throw. He's going to be flushed from the pocket. He's going to find a man initially, but ball will be knocked away by Job, or it was just a drop there by Addison. Seemed like he had it there for a moment. Josh Job might have come up there and made a play there late. We'll see on the replay. Yeah, good job by Job. I think he got his hand in there. Nice job. Good competitive play, staying with it there. And a nice defensive stop where things were looking tough there for your Hawks defense, not finding much and able to find something there. Well done. This punt drives back Durden at the 10. Durden slips a little bit on the turf there, but eventually be tackled after a very short gain. Chadwin Park, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Chadwin, appreciate you for doing that. Folks, please do hit that like button. And if you're not subbed up already, please also do that. We're trying to get up over 20,000 subscribers this year, and we're a couple months away from trying to hit that mark, so we're motoring well, and I think we're going to get there, but you can help us get there a little closer today by subbing on up if you haven't already, like Chadwick, my man, has. Chadwin, it's not Chadwick, sorry, Chadwin. Let me pronounce your name right. Boy, it feels like the Vikings have had the ball for about all of the whole first quarter. I guess they pretty much have. Grubb's got the glasses on. Glasses are going to increase his IQ by at least 25 points for today. Two tight end look here for the Seahawks, 1st and 10. Ball in about their 13-yard line. Geno seems to make a check up at the line of scrimmage, facing too high shell. Kenneth Walker busts it. Nice run by Kenneth, picking his way there into the open field for a gain of about 12, 13 yards. Nice little run there. Looks like the Arizona Cardinals are going to get beat by the Carolina Panthers, so they are officially now eliminated from playoff contention. We got 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter of this game. 1st and 10. Geno back under center here. Again, the two tight end look here from the Hawks. 5-man, 3-4 look here. Throw up over the top here. Nice grab. Great reach up there by Pharaoh Brown. Geno had to layer that in over the top to get it over the sea of hands a little bit. And that was going to make the throw a little bit high to Pharaoh Brown running just up the seam. Geno just put it right up there, though, nicely. Great catch there by Pharaoh Brown. That's tough where you got to extend fully up above your head like that and get that reeled in, but a good grab. 1st down. Geno now in shotgun. Vikings instantly start playing some of their double-A gap pressure games that they play. Geno dropping back to throw. He's going to throw it out here to Walker. Walker trying to find his way through in space there, and he's going to get a nice gain of about 7-8 yards there. 2nd down and short. Love the play call. Just kind of a purposeful throw out to the flat by Geno Smith. You get those guys in there on that double-A gap there where your two inside linebackers are sunk right over the top in the center. You throw it then back out to the flat, and those guys have a hard time rallying back out to the flat route there. They kind of get eliminated by their alignment on that sort of play. 2nd down and 2. Seahawks have been, I think, mainly here early in the two tight ends looks. That's what they're going to roll again here. Geno dropping back to throw. Finds Bobo. Nice job there. Bobo with the completion for a 1st down. A little bit of a high throw, but Bobo's big and long, and he can get up there and get it. Geno wants to run another play here before the end of the first quarter winds down. 14 seconds to go, and clock is winding. I think that ball got tipped a little bit, which pushed it up in the air just a little bit extra there. Nice catch by Bobo. Geno is just going to let this wind down and the quarter run out here. So Seahawks onto the Vikings side of the field about the 45-yard line here with something cooking, and that will move us into the 2nd quarter. Fast-moving first quarter. Caesars Hawks down 7-0. 1 second here. I'll be right back. Johnny Red Fox, thank you for subscribing to the channel and heeding that call. Appreciate you for doing that, Johnny. Really, really do. Thank you for that. Taker610, thanks for the $2 donation. That was probably Grubb couldn't read his playbook. See, that's it. We figured it out. You know, McDonald's been trying to talk him into LASIK all year. He's like, no, I don't trust him with the laser beams around my eyes. I don't want to do that, Mike. You know, it's fine. I can see fine enough. I just got to bring it up closer sometimes. Mike's like, that takes too much time, man. Takes too much of the play clock up with you having to bring the play clock close to your face. Just wear the glasses. He's like, man, they got the camera on me, though. I told you, man. my ladies don't like it when I'm in the glasses. You know, that's what he told Mike. He's like, my ladies don't like it. Mike's like, I don't care. This is about the team right now, grubby. You know, what's more important, your ladies or the team right now? He's like, well, I guess the team. But Mike had to pull it out of him. It took about 15, 16 weeks. Better late than never, I suppose. Thank you, Taker. Appreciate the donation. All right, offense. Good footing found here. A little bit of run game. Give the defense a little bit of chance to catch their wind at for a long time where they've spent that first quarter on the field. I think the boldest look a dude can rock is that mustache with the handlebar in the modern age, you know. Or not even the handlebar, but it's got that Raleigh fingers kind of twist to it. Pistol look here for Geno. 3 wide receivers. Walker aligned to his right. Let's go to Walker. Just go to Walker. Geno flicks it out. Good job by Geno to get that out to Noah Fant across the football field. And then Fant does a good job of accelerating up the football field to go get a first down. Geno had pressure bearing down in on him in the pocket and somehow was able to flick that ball out across the field there to Fant out into the flat. All right. 2 tight end look again here from Geno and the boys. Go with a fly sweep to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jackson. This little 5-yard carry. I love the fly sweep. I really do. Just a free 5 yards every time you use it. And it really does force the defense to play true. You know, they just can't suck in on the A and B gap runs. They got to stay to the edges a little bit. If Barner could have got a little more sunk in on that block, it's a tough block for him. I think it's a tough block out there, but he gets that block sunk in. I think JSN's got an even bigger gain there. 2nd and 5. Shotgun for Seahawks, 3 wide. Geno, fake pitch. Then he's going to go up top here to DK. DK Metcalf with a touchdown into the back of the end zone. Beautiful throw by Geno Smith. Not a lot of separation, and Geno just threw him open late with the separation. DK able to just bounce off the contact late, get his hands out, and make the reception. Let's go, DK Metcalf. Beautiful throw. Corner was just not playing to the end zone there at all. And Grubb likes it. He says, yeah, I like the deep ball. Nice drive there by the Hawks. Very nice drive by the Hawks. Well called by Grubby. I definitely got me a Grubby Chubby. Corner just didn't keep moving through the back of the end zone with DK on the route. It's almost like he was kind of trying to stop down on the route, expecting DK to come out of it, out of the break, and cut in, cut out, or just come to a stop. And DK just kept going to the back of the end zone, and Geno put a great ball in the back of the end zone there from placement standpoint. Lovely play. Lovely. It was lovely, governor. Lovely, governor. Long live the king. Thank you for the $5 donation. He says, happy holidays, 12s. The Jets are horrible. Aaron Rodgers is really horrible. Drew Lock is really, really horrible. That's all. Yeah, for the Drew Lock acolytes, got your nice good run with him with the Giants today. And look, the Giants situation is not a good one, but many were wondering early on this year why the Giants were going to the different backup quarterback, DeVito. The DeVito, and it's not because he brings the boom. You know what I mean? And everyone's wondering why that was the case, and you got to see kind of why a bit today, where Drew's just unfortunately not advancing. He is in that realm where there are those quarterbacks that are given a first try and doesn't go well, and you go, well, give them some time. Maybe they can find like a Darnold, like a Geno. And then there's those guys that don't all find their footing, right? That don't all become good quarterbacks. Some guys just end up staying in what they are. And that might just be probably the case here when it comes to Drew at this point. He's getting to be a bit older where that light should be starting to turn on right now, if it's going to turn on. And the fact that it isn't sucks. And yeah, it would have been great, boy. The game with the Jets and the Rams. Jets had the game up by 9-6, had an opportunity to take a field goal, then get up by 12-6. They instead went for it on a 4th down. Game shifted from there, and the Rams were able to lock in their offense just enough on the day, an offense that had struggled up to that point to go and take the win. And so that part's disappointing. That part sucks, but you knew it was probably not likely that Jets team, with how they played this year and how Rodgers has played, that they were going to be able to get it done, especially with what was going to be a hungry Rams team to go get that win today. King, All right, they're re-showing this play in Lamea. Nice job by Pass Pro by Lamea. Very nice job. Very nice job. All right, kickoff. We'll come back now here from Myers. This will drive back deep into the end zone. I love that. Just kick through the back of the end zone. Give him the ball at the 30. Let's call it a day on that. 7-play, 87-yard drive, consuming 4 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock. Geno on the drive, 5 of 5 for 71 yards. Very well executed. Good to see DK get back off the schneid. He's been quiet in recent weeks. Wondering if he's been really at purely 100% as well in addition to that. First down to 10. Sam Darnold come out with a 3 wide receiver look and a pitch play wide. Boy, Leonard Williams playing another marvelous game today, and we're going to start having to talk about Leonard Williams here over the course of the back couple of games of this year, of having one of the truly great seasons for a defensive tackle for your Seattle Seahawks this year. The all-around game, the pressure numbers, just the guy has been marvelous in every way for your Seahawks as a defensive tackle this season, and best player on this defense. Darnold, 2nd and 7. Ooh, a little double A gap pressure here from the Hawks, so showing a little bit of some sauciness. They're bringing it too. Here comes the pressure. Darnold, ball's knocked away. Good things happen, baby. Let's go. Pressure happens, good things happen. Able to knock the ball away there. You could feel Darnold, the second that pressure came up, how much more uncomfortable he was versus where you're in those 4-gap looks. He instantly just started getting jumpy and basically just chucked the ball away. 3rd down and 7. 5-man fire zone look from the Hawks here. They have dropped out of this with Ernest up until this point. They drop out of it again. Sam dropping back. Sam's going to go down on a sack. Ball's fumbled. And they're going to get it back. Four-man fronts were enough. Jaron Reed, another guy having a really strong year for your Seahawks. Able to collapse that pocket. Just kept working. Didn't even really beat his man. He just kind of kept working with a high motor on the play. He kind of got the rep was a loss initially. The rep was a loss initially, and I think that's why the lineman almost felt so good about his block. He almost kind of eased up. Well, Reed kept on it. Durden returning it here. It's a nice little return. We may have a flag there. Yeah, we're going to have a flag. You saw one of those quintessential moments of block in the back on that punt return where the punt returner reverses field and you see some guy go flying face first right past him. It's usually a good key sign there that if you had a block in the back. But great job there to get the pressure by Reed, and nice by McDonald on the previous play to dial up some pressure on 2nd down, not just to wait to 3rd down to actually put some pressure up. Yeah, there you get a block in the back. So this will drop us back pretty deep into our territory here for a long drive to open this up now. Pretty long. Long this. Thank you for the $20 donation. Long this. Very, very kind of you to drop that kind of support on the channel. I thank you so much for that. Very, very kind. Looks like a Rams Seahawks Week 18 will be for it all. Rams 8-2 after that injury-riddled bad start. It very well could set the stage to be that. We've got to take care of some business here too on this, with this game, and then a short week to Chicago next week. So you got some work to do to get this done, but that's how this is going to go, is that, when it's just to get to that, you got to get to the point of then having the opportunity to beat the Rams to get yourself in. And what's good about that then is that you win, you're getting yourself in as a home playoff game. It's not merely being rewarded by you just sliding in the back butt crack of the playoffs and just barely getting in, but now you are probably the third seed at that point. And you stand in a position to be able to, say, hey, here we go. We're able, maybe we can make some noise. I'm not saying that we'd be likely to be a contender or anything, that it's rounded into shape level. I get all that. People get like, what are we going to do when we get in there? Well, anything can happen. It's a home playoff game at that point. And I will be great if we can pull that off and you can set the stage for that. But this Viking team is going to be a tough one today along this. I mean, this is going to be we're going to have to fight, claw, and scratch in this one, you can tell. And it's good to see that offensive answer. Let's see if we can kind of start to find maybe a little bit of some momentum here now and build off of this. But well said on your part. Rams are dangerous. That offensive line got healthy and they got better. No coincidence of it. Their ideal starting 5 offensive linemen were finally ready to roll, and that team has been ready to roll. The defense, I've been so impressed by how they've been able to sustain their performances. And you look at those rookies and you go, boy, Verse and Fisk, they'll eventually hit that rookie wall. They'll eventually start to wear down over the course of that first year for them, but they have not. It's been very impressive to watch what the Rams have been able to do to turn around that really not rough start, but just really uneven start for them. And it's going to be hard, man. But you at least love that you get to control your own fate as you go through the last 3 weeks of the season. That's the only thing you can really ask for. If you haven't had a good year, you go, okay, we haven't had a good year or haven't had a dominant year. Do we at least control our fate down the stretch? Can we at least make it happen by our own hand or not happen by our own hand? Yes, solely on you guys. Well, then let's go. Let's see if we can make that roll at this point along this. But thank you so much for the $20 donation, and well said as well on your part. I really appreciate that support. All right, Geno out in shotgun ball all the way back. Excuse me. At the 12-yard line. Geno drops back to throw. A little bit late on the throw there to DK Metcalf. Defender closed up over the top. I think Geno's got to get that ball out just a little bit quicker there. Ooh. Second down and 10. Geno in shotgun. Comes back underneath here to Walker. Man. Walker drug right down to the ground. He made an interesting cut there. Looked like he could turn that upfield and got a couple extra more yards, and he just kind of turned back into the defender there. This will bring up a 3rd and makeable, 3rd and 4. Nice choice by Geno to take the check down there. Let's look by the Vikings. No shocker there. They don't really bring it. Lockett makes the catch on an out route, but he's going to be about a half yard short. Seahawks are going to have to punt this one. Kind of a double clutch there from Geno on the play. Wasn't really sure if he wanted to throw it, a bit like that first DK throw. I know he's trying to be careful down there by the, in the shadow. I'm okay with him being careful, but it's kind of what prevented those two little receptions there. Is you made the reception just a beat late, though, getting it out of his hand. Just want to make sure the guy was going to undercut the route, I think. Nice kick here by Dixon down to the 32. Very good job by Dixon so far today on this day. He's 2 punts, 105 yards on those two, or sorry, 2 punts, 102 yards on those 2 punts with a 56 long. Well done. Megan Gock, Roger, thank you for the $5 donation. Lady from Danenda says, B&12s just wanted to welcome Sarah Schmoll and Captain Oreo to the stream. They're friends of mine from another stream. Well, Sarah and Captain Oreo, welcome on into the stream. Thanks for checking out and hanging out in here with us today on game day. So it's a good little group in here. It's good crew. So I appreciate you for hopping on in, checking out the channel. Thank you, Megan. Live to be happy. Appreciate you subscribing. Thank you for doing that. Folks, do please hit that like button. Please sub up if you get a chance. I'd really appreciate it, just like Live to be Happy did. We're going to hopefully round out over 18.5 today, which means we are within 1,000 then at that point of the 24-hour stream for charity. We're getting real close to that one, and hopefully we'll be doing that here within the next month or two at the most. Really looking forward to that. Thank you, Live to be Happy. And Sarah, Captain Oreo, welcome on in. Kratos says, K9 could have got that first down, but he always stops and tries to bounce outside. Yeah, I agree. There's times with him where he will get lateral and sideways where it's more just get up the field. Just turn it upfield, go get the first there. And that's what I saw too. It looked like he had an opening to go do that and instead tried to bust something out and do a little bit too much extra. Sorry, folks. See if the Seahawks defense can find an answer. Do I need a faster game stream, Brandon? I don't know. There's just going to be a delay with this when it comes to broadcasting out, and you're watching it live, and YouTube can't process my broadcast feed as fast as the game can skip with. Thing I say, Lee, is just if you can just pause it for 12 seconds on your feed, you'll sync right up with me pretty much. But yeah, the appearance would be that I am a little bit behind where some of you guys are as far as your live stream goes on the game. 1st and 10 here. Darnold under center. Got a little pressure, steps around it nicely. He's going to go find Aaron Jones out in the flat. Gain of about 12 yards there. Yeah, sorry about the blown nose there in the off camera. Just, whew. Allergies sometimes jump up out of nowhere. Byron Murphy getting some pretty good pressure there. That fly route was just wide open the whole way. Definitely something the Vikings have leaned on. The Packers leaned on last week. Been tough for our defense to deal with that play. Pitch play wide here to Jones. Great job, Uchenna Nwosu setting the edge and then collapsing back down inside on him to make the tackle for only a couple yard gain. Hopefully the good news on that too will be, Lee, it's next year I'm hearing that the YouTube's going to bring out an ability for you to be able to like watch these games with your actual content creators, you know, and have the content creators do what I do. And that may allow me to be more broadcast direct from the stream at that point. But yeah, there's no real way to go director or more faster that I've found. 2nd down and 8. 9:12 to go here in the second quarter. Tie game, 7-7. Ball at the 50-yard line here. Darnold dropping back to throw. He's got a man wide open there. Jefferson wide open. Witherspoon in the coverage. Boy, that was kind of a weird... I wouldn't even say that's really Rich Witherspoon in coverage. Just a weird kind of switch release on the zone there between the two defenders. They're running something a little bit intricate there, and it didn't quite work. 3rd catch of the game for Jefferson. I formation look here from the Vikings. Again, throwing it out to the flat where there's going to be a wide open fullback who's not going to be even touched until he's 8 yards down the field. Vikings and McDonald's going to need to find maybe some adjustments on this, because right now the Vikings are leaning on this over and over again. This was the whole concept of this play action from under center, was just to get it back out to the flat and the fullback there. 9-yard gain on a full throw to the fullback in the flat. Ouch. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Vikings starting to bleed on this clock a bit. 3 wide receiver look. Handoff inside. Drug right down to the ground there by Jaron Reed. Nice play by Jaron. Well, he got his hands around him and ripped him down. I don't think he got the first. Jaron and Leonard Williams are playing a whale of a first half here for the Hawks inside. They really give him that first down? No way. Oh, they're going to come out and measure it. I didn't think he was within even a half yard of it, but boy, this don't look good on the measurement. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. That was a... That was short. I don't know if McDonald even wants to challenge it, because I don't know if you're getting him to overturn it on that, but that looks short as hell. First and 10. 7:35 to go in the second quarter. Vikings deep in Seahawks territory. Fast-moving first half. Seahawks. They've got 6 up around the line of scrimmage. Vikings going to adjust a little bit of their protections around what they're seeing up front from the Hawks. Witherspoon blitzing. Darnold's going to throw it up top. Ball's going to be overthrown on Addison. Woolen down there in coverage. 2nd down and 10. Kind of one of the second real notable moment in this game that you've brought the pressure on Darnold, and it's made Darnold uncomfortable. Something that you can continue to go back to, I think, in this game from McDonald's perspective here. They tried to get him with a stop and go route. Woolen there. There's a little separation by Addison after the stop part of it. It's always going to be the challenge with a Woolen kind of defender. 6'3" is that stop and start for a guy that big. Handoff inside on 2nd and 10. And he'll be pulled down to the ground for a gain of about a yard or two there. Tyrese Knight, Leonard Williams, Jaron Reed in on the play. So 6:53 clock continues to wind. This is going to bring us up to a very important play here in this first half. 3rd down and 8 for the Vikings. Defense beckoning on the 12th man to get loud. They say, come on, 12s. Four-man front here from the Seattle Seahawks. Darnold trying to get things adjusted here quickly. Play clock winding down. Darnold dropping back to throw. Darnold looking around. Nowhere to go. We've got a flag on the play. We're offsides? Oh, dude. How are you offsides as a cornerback, you effing idiot? How are you offsides as a cornerback? Man, the most straightforward things in the world, we mess up. Just the most straightforward, stupid stuff that's like, okay, you're defensively don't align in the fucking... Oh, my God. 3rd and 3 for Donald, dropping back to throw. They're going to go right back to him, and then he's going to give up a touchdown reception after just getting called for the flag. Beautiful. Great. Oh, Jesus. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You can't look over at the sideline and see that you're offsides? How dumb are these guys? How dumb do you have to be as a defensive player, as a cornerback? I don't know if I've ever seen that in my life. Like, this new generation finding new ways to be morons. You can't tell your... I need a second. Richard Stewardson, thank you for celebrating 3 months as a member. Appreciate you for doing that, Richard. Didn't have any note in there for your membership deal, but thank you for that support. L. Anderson, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you for doing that as well. Thank you. Oh, boy. Just can't get out of your own way sometimes, man. And boy, Trey Brown there just... What is your excuse when the coach like, so you lining up offsides? Trey, walk me through that. Like, didn't we learn in Pee Wee football of at a cornerback position of where to line next to the receiver? Yeah, but I'm impressed, coach. So I just wanted to get like right up in his grill. Okay, so if you wanted to press the line and get up right in his grill, why don't you just like look over at the official like the receivers do prior to the snap and check with him to make sure that you're not aligned offsides? Yeah, you know, I can't be bothered to do that. I can't, no, I don't, I'm not thinking about that right then. You know, I'm thinking about other stuff. Like I'm going to press this guy. I'm going to press him to death. Like you're 5'9". You ain't pressing S. You ain't pressing a damn thing. You're 5'9" with 30.5-inch arms. You're not pressing nobody. Players make mistakes on the field. I get that. It's the stuff, and this is the stuff that always used to drive home crazy. Me too. It's the stuff that's the mental stuff that you can control that drives you absolutely up a wall, especially that where you rob your team and ability to get off the field there. That's what you did. It's not a small little itty-bitty mistake. You robbed your team. You cost your team basically 7 points, and then you come right back up and then get cooked up over the top on the very next play. Way to bounce back, Trey. I don't like watching stupid people on the field at times, and I don't think he's stupid, but that's as dumb as it gets on a field to me. And I don't understand why it's just you can't be bothered for the detail of that moment. You want to get up that press that far, then just double check with the ref. He's 5 feet away from you. Hey, am I good? Ref goes like this. You back up a little bit, no flag. Harry Johnson, thank you for, I love the net, Harry. Thank you for the subscribing. All right, this will go back deep in the end zone where the Hawks will take over at the 30-yard line with 5:50 to go here in the second quarter. Slowby1, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, dude, this is so cringe to watch. It's a little bit tough. It's a little bit tough. You can handle getting your guys get beat, but it gets tougher when you see guys doing kind of stupid stuff a little bit. It's not been a bad game so far, but just give them a 7 points versus them taking the 3 there. May end up, factoring huge down the road in this game somewhere as we get closer to the end. We'll see. And the offense has had 2 of 3 and outs here to start things. They did have a good touchdown drive in between that. Let's see if they can regain some footing here on this one. 2 tight end look here again. Play action pass. Geno dropping back to throw. He's got nowhere to really roll. He's going to get hit after he throws, and he's going to throw an interception. Oh. I'm not sure what Geno's thinking there. I'm really not. Just throw it away. It's first down. Throw it away. He just doesn't have a throwaway switch in his bag, There's no like throwaway for Geno. It's like, no, I'll try to fit something in. Just throw it away. First and 10 here for the Vikings from the 31-yard line. Hand off here to Jones. Jones will get taken down. Leonard Williams with a nice tackle. Second down and 9. Oh, 5:08 to go here. 4-man front from the Hawks. 3 wide for the Vikings. Dropping back to throw. There's Boye Mafe with a nice sack by Boye Mafe. Well done there on his part. Boy, big play when you needed it there. Mafe just got around the corner, quickness, bend around the edge. He was able to dip around the left tackle. Probably got hands to the face on him as well there, uncalled. 2 hands on the face on one. Hit him first in the front of the face mask and then the side of the head. Big sack there by Mafe. 3rd down and 20. Second sack of the game by the Hawks. Ball on the 41-yard line in Seahawks territory. 3rd down and 20. Sam dropping back to throw. Sam going over the middle here. Brought down. It'll be a little bit of a nice, decent gain there to put him into field goal range here on 4th down and 13. $52-yard attempt for Will Reichert, 17-20 on the year. 58-yard is his longest. Kick is up. Kick is good. Vikings will take a 17-7 lead. 3:33 to go in this first half. Yikes. Nick, thank you for celebrating 10 months. Appreciate you for that. Says, I thought Geno was getting better every day. Same old song and dance. Appreciated you. Well, the story of Geno tends to be the same story within this game, where you have a lot of the good on it up until that throw. Everything's rolling well. And then once something starts to go wrong with him, it's not a minor mistake. It's the worst of errors as the outcome of it. And it has something that has grown as a general, has grown as a general trend this season, and what we're seeing from him as the year has winded along. And that kind of throw, I'm not going to excuse it. There is no excusing it. You're first down, throw it away. The game is not on the line in that moment. It's not 4th down and we're game is going to be dead if I don't get this completion. Roll out, throw the ball away. But part of the thing I've noticed with Geno, and I've referenced with him that's bothersome, is that he's not making this adjustment in his game. And I showed a stat on last week's Wednesday roundup show on that. It hasn't been really an issue with him by and large coming into this year as far as the interception. I know there's turnover worthy plays people love to go to on that stat, but it's not been as much the issue here. But boy, yeah, it's been an issue this season and continues to show itself again here in this one. Daniel Bourne, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Daniel, appreciate you for doing that. Welcome aboard the Hawks Nest. Long live the King. Thank you for the $5 donation. Geno has that 2023 Josh Allen problem. Dude, you don't always have to play hero ball. Agreed. Yeah, you backtrack these interceptions and it tends to not be poor decision making from a standpoint of you read it wrong, you saw the guy open, and then the guy undercut the route. You should have saw the fact the guy was going to undercut the route. You do kind of trace these backwards and you come back to more of it's him trying to play hero ball. It's him on a play that's not going anywhere. Nothing is happening. You might have to take a sack. You might have to just throw the ball away, but you got to live another day. And instead, he kind of puts the decision on the line there in those moments. And that's where that's unacceptable. It just is unacceptable. And I'm not excusing it. I'm not going to cover it up. But it is one where you go, dude, you've got to stop this. This is controllable on your part, because it's not something just happening in the blink of a moment, but that you're actually, can think about and process coming into that moment. If this comes down like this, I've got to do that. And tough there, Can't play hero ball, King. Really can. He's got to take that out of his game here. Durden's going to take this on a bounce here for a return. He's going to take it up to about the 24-yard line or so. Sanchez, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, just flipped on the game. Geno throws an interception. Yeah, and a brutal interception at that too, right? Another in a line of brutal picks this year from Geno. Thank you, Rui. Thank you, Sanchez. We got a flag on the return here. We'll see who this is on. So they got a legal formation, it looks like, on Seattle somehow, I guess. So they'll take it 5 further yards back. Jim Fleming, thank you for the $5 donation, Jim. Didn't have any note in there in your donation, but thank you for the $5. I appreciate you for doing that. All right, Geno back in shotgun now here. Boy, Seattle pass. They're going to throw it out to the flat here to Walker. It's going to be the Seahawks' 11th pass in this game to four rushing attempts. Again, that pull by Grubb a little bit to just get super pass happy here. And, you got him down by 10 and, he's just sitting there thinking, well, I guess we're going to have to throw every play now. That's pretty much what that means. 15 plays for the Seahawks to 33 of the Minnesota Vikings. 2nd down and 9. Hand off here to Walker. He's got nowhere to go. Gain of about 2 yards. This will bring up a 3rd and long. John Lugo, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, run the damn ball. Jeez. I'm with you, man. I would have thought we would have worked in a little bit more, and it's not a Viking team that's necessarily as vulnerable to run, but you've got to get balanced. You can't let them pin their ears back and get after it, especially with their pass rush and as far as that goes. And you sometimes just feel like you steer yourself a little bit away from the run game more than the run game is taken away from you with this Hawks team. 3rd down and 8. Blitz look here from the Vikings. They're bringing a 5-man pressure. Geno's going to loop this ball up over the top. And Seahawks are looking for a flag. They're not going to get it. 4th down and 8. Looked like, again, for the second time in this game, there was contact knocking Jackson down with the throw coming en route, but there's no PI called here today by the officials. They're evidently going to let them play in the secondary today. I mean, that's if you hit the guy before the ball comes, you don't look back for the ball, and you knock the guy off of his feet. I understand that that's supposed to be PI. Maybe I don't understand the rules correctly, but I don't understand that call from the officials. The first one I could kind of get because there was jostling between two players, and on that play, it was the first one with JSN. It was, JSN did initiate a little bit of contact there on that first one, but that was pretty blatant. I mean, it's about as blatant as you're going to get there. Henry, the thing with Geno that I've said, and I've been a pro Geno guy with it, but what I've asked on Geno is I've said that I wanted to let this thing go to the end of the year. And have I been a supporter of Geno? Sure. I'm not walking that back in the least. But I've also been very specific in what I've said on it, where people are driving for determinations on Geno on a weekly basis. And I said, I'm going to let this go to the end of the season, then we'll figure out where it stands at that point. I'm going to give it its full year. I'm going to give it all of its time to make its determination. And you say I'm biased now, Henry, but what happens if I get to the offseason and then I do change where my stance is on Geno once I've got all of that data? Then what are you going to say? You won't say nothing. You'll be dead silent, So I don't have any position that I dig my heels in and I have to be 100%, this is the way it's got to be. I say that if I've got the opportunity to get more information, if there's more of a season to figure out what's going on, I'm going to take that time to make that evaluation. I know many of you are running to jump to these kind of conclusions, and I've watched many of you jump those conclusions in week 2 and 3 and 7 and 8. I've just said that there's nothing to really be gained by that. You're free to do it if you want, but from my standpoint, I'm going to wait to the end of the year and take a look at everything as it stands and then make the call there. So part of the reason that we're at the record we're at 8-6 this year has to do with Geno and how he's played. And so, is the pick he threw awful there? Yeah. Is the one bad decision on his day make his whole day? Because, well, maybe from your perspective, not mine. But again, I've said I supported Geno. In general terms, I can see where they would go with an extension. Part of that is because there's not a better option out there available for you, but it's also open-ended. And I said, let me have through the full year. And I've been very consistent about asking for that weekly. But folks like yourself, Henry, want to, jump to your instantaneous conclusions on things. And, you maybe see it clearer than me on this. Congratulations with that. But if I've got time to make the call and there's nothing to be gained on coming to some conclusion in week 6 or something on a given player, I'm not going to do it. And I would say 8-6 for the first season of a new coach like McDonald's, an overall good season. I'm not saying it's a smashing success, but I think that in knowing that you've got the right coach in the house, there's work to be done. There's things that we got to handle. But yeah, I do think that that's a success at this point of the year with essentially 3 games left to go on the season. Henry says, Brandon, we've had the same conversation for 3 years now. Oh, okay. There's so much to this conversation to me that's never to the simple. And it's the place I've gotten to really recently with this, Henry. Throw out to the flat here, completed. Fumble. Well, they're going to call it incomplete. Saying he bobbled. It's one that's gone round and round. Folks I tend to see on this, Henry, just try to draw this to a simplified state like yourself and like you're trying to do right now. And you can go for it if you want to with me on it. Nothing in what my outlook has been with the Geno situation or what's gone on the past couple of years has been simple. It's not that Geno's just walks on water and he does no harm, if that's what you're trying to say. I've been more than glad to throw my critiques at Geno. Some of you want it harder. I've pointed to the fact there's the pass protection, the lack of the defense, the lack of the running game. Folks want to simplify it and just make it down to he's this or not, or he's that or not. I disagree with you on it. But when it's come to this year, pressure here on Donald. Looks like that'll be incomplete. I just don't understand the draw to go to simplified on it there, Henry. I don't, man. Sorry we disagree, brother, but I would really love it if the position got presented accurately sometimes with me on the Geno for the anti-Geno folks, the folks that hate Geno from the depths of their soul. I would just love it if you could just present my position and steel man my actual position rather than straw manning me all the time on the outlook of it. It seems to be where we go all the time on my disagreement with you folks on that one. Throw here on third down. That will be completed, but that will be out of bounds and far short of the first down. So nice job by the defense to get a stop here. Joakim Madsen, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Joakim, I appreciate you for doing that. MJ Seahawk, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, I like Geno. There is no perfect quarterback. I will be upset if we give him $50 million a year. Yeah, I would be upset with giving him $15 million a year too. Part of that thing I talk about, the simplified part of this is also, as I've said with Geno many times over, if there's going to be an extension, what is that extension going to be? Who is it that you are going to go with that on? Who's the out, and what are you paying him? And then, is it this? Or are you going to, oh my goodness. Durden decides to return this. Okay. Durden catches it about the 5 and returns it for 10 yards there. Gets it to about the 15. But another thing I would never say is I've never said I'd be in favor of going $50 million a year for Geno or paying some high water mark where he's a top end paid quarterback. Part of being pro Geno on this has also been saying, again, trying to find nuance where it's just impossible on this topic. It's impossible to get to something that's something of, hey, I've got a detailed position on this. I've got a detailed position on that. It's just, you're just a Geno lover. And okay. That's where my nuance ends up lying in your ears, then so be it. But yeah, I'm not giving him $50 million a year. No one's giving him $50 million a year. I don't think MJ Seahawk. I think he's probably, pulling in at the best $40 million a year on a new deal at the high end mark of it. And that's where the conversation really has got to be at then. All right. So is Geno, is there a better quarterback option and all that? Again, these are all discussions. I know that after the interception, people want to talk about Geno nonstop with it. We still got a football game, so we'll cover it tonight on the discussion. Nice throw and completion to DK Metcalf on a post route. He takes the hit and gets right back up. Nice throw and completion there. First down. Boy, DK took a smack. Vikings looking at bringing some pressure here, and we're going to have another false start. The second they bring pressure up, our line gets jumpy on it. The Real Cheese, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, can't watch the game right now. Got here late. Is the team looking ugly or the Vikings just doing good? Probably a bit of both, Real Cheese. Real bit of both. That will be a false start here by the Hawks. Charles Cross. 1:07 to go. Seahawks have 3 timeouts remaining here. They do get the ball back after halftime. I guess Seattle's calling their first timeout here now. Goes back to DK. DK taken to the ground here after a nice completion of about 12, 13 yards. Let's bring 2nd and 7. Clock continues to wind at 53 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Geno is going to change the play up at the line of scrimmage here. Come on, buddy. Got to get this off here pretty quickly. Gets it out to Tyler Lockett. Nice job. JSN on an out route there for a first down completion. First and 10. 37 seconds to go. 2 timeouts now remaining for the Hawks here. They're just onto the Vikings side of the football field. 4 wide, empty look here. Vikings. Boy, what a catch there by JSN down the middle of the field. How did he reel that in? Woo, what a grab. Right up the seam. He just goes up over the top and pulls it in there. Murphy doesn't get his head around fast enough. Ballsy throw. First down. And Seahawks continue to be the best stuff they do offensively is in the 2-minute drill. Just right up the seam. You're attacking the cover 2. They're running cover 2 there are the Vikings, but not the pure cover 2 like the Tampa Bay 2 where you have the middle linebacker scooting down the center of the field right up between the 2 hash marks. So that part was opened up. That's what Geno saw in the play on that mismatch he had there. First down and 10. Seattle Seahawks here on the 23-yard line into Vikings territory. 1 timeout remaining now. Vikings bringing a blitz. Geno. Step up. He's going to laser this one up over the top into kind of no man's land there. We do have a flag on the play. Holding on the Vikings there. Get a repeat of first down. I think Gilmore got caught there for doing it. Oh, yeah, that's a hold. .24 seconds to go. 1 timeout for the Hawks. Ball down to the 18-yard line here. 5-man pressure look here. JSN to the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Looked like a little wheel route there from the slot, I think. Catching the Vikings again with that. They're going to live by the fire, die by the fire with the blitz, so they're bringing the 5-man pressure look. And Geno able to fit it over the back there. Nice throw by Geno. Little rub route you're running with the inside on Tyler Lockett. Good job by Lockett not to get any contact there. So you're running a rub route, and then you just have JSN run with a little bit of the wheel route to the backside. And the Seahawks with a great drive there at the end of this half. Getting themselves back into this football game, 17-14. Nicely drawn up there by Grubb as well. Great little play call from Grubb. Vikings picked them early in the game, the Hawks, and to good effect, and they just did the same there. Wonderful throw by Geno as well. Fit that right in nicely, and Jackson Smith and Jigba just keeps coming alive. 2 big catches on that drive. Let's go. Let's go. So MJ Seahawk, again, thank you for that 5. I had to break off the deal with the 50. I think that the conversation on this is more of 3 years, $42.5 million. Is that worthwhile? If Geno's making much like he did in the last contract on the next extension between 5 to 8% of the cap hit on a yearly basis, is that overspending? Is there a better route to go? These are discussions we'll get into in this offseason, for sure on that. And it's not 100% clear on exactly what. I think in this first half, again, you get a little bit of this taste of what you get with the Geno Smith on the part of the good and then a bit of the bad, where there's more good than there is that bad. Just that bad does end up standing out for a lot of people. And he's not a bad quarterback. And he's been playing like a top 10 quarterback this year. And we're paying him like the 17th highest paid quarterback in the sport this year. That's value to me in my book of things. And I know some people will disagree with that. But it's not a clear choice. It's one that I like the opportunity. I was not in favor of giving Geno an extension. Remember when it came up at the training camp and saying, do you give it? He wants it now, as people are talking about extension now. And I was one of those people saying, no, not now. Let him play out this year. I want a year of this with the new offense. I want to see what he does. And the Vikings are going to go ahead and down this ball and finish out this half. So the Seahawks able to climb back into this, get them within 3 points. They get the ball back at halftime. All things being equal, I'll take it here. We can find our way here on this one. Real Cheese, thank you for the $5 donation again. Too says can't watch the game right now. Got here late. So the team's it's been a mixed bag in this first half. You've got the Vikings at times able to move the ball fairly easily, and then other times we're able to be very stiff defensively. It's sort of wildly swinging between those two variants. Offensively speaking, it's kind of similar, where you've got a couple scoring drives and then you've got your 3 and outs. You've got your interception with Geno Smith in the first half, which is another one of those bad Geno interceptions where it's inexcusable kind of throw and you go, what are you doing? What are we doing here? So it is a bit of both with that. The Vikings are, I think, playing well offensively, and O'Connell's called a good first half as far as some of the game calls and that go, but it would be a bit of both there with that Real Cheese, I think. Slobby1, thank you for the $2 donation. Any chance we get Sam Darnold in free agency? It's a possibility of a direction that they could go instead of it, instead of a Geno direction with this. I think it certainly is potentially on the table because the team could look at Geno and Sam as very similar players and in what they bring to the field at the end of the day. And that with Sam, you're getting a guy that's 5-6 years younger than a Geno. And maybe the cost is right about near the same kind of price. So it is a possibility that's on the table here, is a potentiality here. I've kind of thought here as he's continued to have a really good year that, eventually a team like a Titans team that doesn't like one of the quarterbacks that they've drafted in recent years would go and make a hard run at him because he is kind of one of those only guys in the market that's like this. But he would be a potential guy in play, Slobby one. It's going to be in the discussion. Sanchez, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, you see Locke play today? Whoo, boy, was I wrong about that. Seems apropos. Yeah, Locke, we were talking, I did see a little bit about that earlier with it, Sanchez. It's just a guy that some of these guys go with that first start too early, aren't ready to start, need time to sit, develop as they sit, come back out for that next or third or whatever opportunity, and now they're ready to roll, a la a Darnold, a la a Geno, a la a Baker. And then there are those guys too, though, then Sanchez, that just don't take that next step in their development. That they're very talented, but there's just not that next point that they go forward on. And Locke seems to be kind of that kind of guy when it's all said and done on him and where he's as a player. He's not coming forward as a player, and the issues that have plagued him continue to plague him. You saw, what's last year, I think a couple of games that he started where team was being very protective in their game calling around him. That was a little bit of an indicator right there about the coaching staff and what they were thinking about him and what he was doing. So yeah, it's one where it's one where he's just is where he is on that with Locke when it comes to him. Long live the king. Thank you for the $2 donation. He says, my bad, Geno. You demand. Well, I think, and I got to back up now off of the criticism with it when he throws the touchdown. The criticism's valid. These things, when they go wrong, go really wrong. It's a part of his game that's really emerged here as far as the interceptions go. And it's very disconcerting because it's becoming an issue that's not getting corrected, where it's one thing if you throw an interception in sort of a heat of a moment and the guy just jumps the route or makes a great play on the ball. It's another one when you just brutally throw something that is a moment where you go throw it away or take the sack or just don't make this play worse. Don't make this result worse. And that's what you're looking for him to do. It's just a specific thing to clean up in his game. There's so many other things that he does well in his game. It's just this thing you want to have not overtake the rest like a cancer, and not metastasize and all that. But overall, well played half when it's all said and done. 13-17, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, 121 rating. That's not too bad from his stance of things on that. I'll say that, King. One sec here, folks. Be right back. Ooh, Sloby, thank you for another $2 donation, Sloby. Second game of the year. Second game of the year, Geno's had 2 touchdowns. I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's correct. They've been slow to come by this year, those touchdowns, especially through the air. Sloby one. They've been very, very slow to come by down there on that side of the field. That sounds correct, though. Yeah. Real Cheese, thank you for the $5 donation. Says, can we just run the 2-minute drill a couple of times every quarter? I swear that's our best stuff. It's true. I think it's probably the most consistent part of this offense. I think that's a fair enough assessment of this, is that it just is, we're at our best when we're in that mode. And for whatever reason, it's I always relate this to the Sundance Kid, Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, and they're trying to be hired as sort of armed guards for the bank, the bankroll that they want to carry on horseback through dangerous territories where there's thieves and whatnot that'll take advantage of you and try to take it from you. And they're trying to have Robert Redford prove that he can shoot. And he's trying to just standing there shooting like a dime that's, 30 yards away, and he can't hit it. And he's like, can I move? And he's got to like move and roll and make the degree of difficulty much harder before he can shoot it at will. We're a little bit like that with our 2-minute drill. We have to be like rolling, and things have to be sort of in a chaotic state a little bit. And then we're comfortable. We're in our happy zone, I guess, at that point. Real Cheese. Sort of the way it plays, isn't it? Sloppy1, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, I'm pretty sure the only quarterback who has seen more pressures than Geno is Sam. Yeah, he's had, I think he's had overall, it started out this year really rough with the pass protection for Sam Darnold, and he was right there with Geno Smith as far as that goes. It actually has cleaned up for them as the year has gone along. Even after Darisaw went out, it actually has come a little bit more forward. I think that they're even rounded into, at this point, Sloby one, a top 10 protecting crew when it's all said and done, where they factor out when you kind of put it all into the wash there with it. But that's your point on that's very true about with Sam and what he's done around there, is that not only has he not been a turnover machine, despite some of that pressure that has been there at times this year, even though it's cleaned up to the back half of the schedule. When it was there, he was not being a turnover machine. He was extending plays. He was getting out of the pocket at times. It's not always perfect with him on the improvisation stuff, but it's good. It's good enough. And he can do the on-script stuff in addition to that. And so, he's taken a big step forward in his game. Working with O'Connell, no doubt, has helped him out tremendously, as it would just about any quarterback, I think. But, yeah, he's been probably one of those rare, him and Geno, if you look at the top 10 quarterbacks in the sport this year in performance, him and Geno are probably the two that stand out on that top 10 list that have had to deal with the consistent pressure. And makes your job harder. And if you perform well within that, in my opinion, that makes what you did very impressive, whether your name's Sam Darnold or Geno Smith. It's very impressive you're able to find something that you can sustain offensively inside of that, because as I've said, so many quarterbacks fall apart in that kind of. Slovy one says, well, allegedly we are S. He says, well, allegedly we are 5th in pass blocking. According to what, Slovy one? You don't have to donate, by the way. Just put down in the chat if you can who you're hearing that is. I don't know where you're getting that info from. Let me show you. Let's go and have me show you here. So obviously it depends on what metric you want to use on this one, right? But I mean, if we're just going to use at least PFF for general terms as far as pass blocking goes, which I think is fair, here's your pass blocking column right here. I'll sort by that, right? So if I sort by that, we can see Minnesota Vikings, 12. Right there. So you see that? That's Minnesota at 12 in the pass blocking. Okay. And then I go down here, and then you got Seattle at 23rd. And you see what's notable about this too when you talk about these two teams is you have a Viking team that's not only top 10 in pass blocking and right around there, they're also 14th in run blocking. Where are we in run blocking? 26. It's not a good offensive line. It said 28th in rushing and 5th in pass blocking. We're not 5th in pass. I just showed you on that Slowby one. You'll have to tell me where you're getting the information from. We're 5th in the last 3 games according to Locked On. So okay, so that'd be maybe you're Slowby one. You're taking it from Locked On's last 3 games tweet or something with it, but we're not. I think they meant like 5th in passing yards and 28th in run yards. Allegedly. Yeah, no worries. I was just trying to see where you're getting the metric from on it. And it's kind of that's the thing with it. You go, wow, you're 5th in pass yards, but you're 23rd in pass blocking. And it has gotten better. And I'll say it's been better in this game. You're dealing with the pressures and the blitzes. The Vikings has been very good. You have 2 quarterback hits on 17 dropbacks and no quarterback sacks. So the line has improved recently. I will say this, it's trended out, overall better. Lucas and Cross on the edges, having our pillars back has been big time. Big time. Slowby one. Thank you for all those donos though, man. And Sam Darnold's definitely in play. We'll be talking about that this offseason when we're looking over all of the potentialities that they could go with the quarterback position. A, B, C, D, E. You can go this road, you can go this road, you can go this road. And the Seahawks have the flexibility this offseason to look at all of them and consider them all. They're not boxed in. Mom and Pops, Brandon, does your channel have an email? I have something I would like to show you. I do have an email. It's HeyHawksNest@gmail.com, Mom and Pops. If you look at my About section on the channel as well, I post the email's posted in there as well. But it's HeyHawks, HAWKS, nest@gmail.com. Slubby1 says, what do you think of Olu so far? I think things have been pretty fine. It's hard on me, Slubby1, with the to really lock in on specific guys doing the play-by-play, because my eyes are usually with the ball and I'm not kind of as much on that. But you doing well in pass protection. He's got to be at the center of this with some of his calls up front and dealing with those pressures and blitzes from the Vikings. So he's been very good on that area of things. And that's, of course, a little bit what's at the forefront of his game. Jim says, did you have to go scream into your favorite pillow, laughing out loud? I feel the pain, brother. Rams always try to lose to the Jets. It was a little bit brutal that half, especially with that Geno pick there where you're just going, really? Really? And the offsides of our guy as a defensive back. You got the lead in this game right now, if not for that play, probably. Sean says, hey, B, how do you become a member on this channel now? If you're subscribed, you just have to be logged in with your Gmail account and have your Gmail account associated, of course, with a credit card. And then at that point, there should be, depending on, I don't know, it depends on a little bit of the browser you're using, because you're using Safari, you're using, this, you're using that. But there should be, if you're subscribed up, there should be a button there. You can hit the subscribe button where it'll say subscribe plus, and you click the subscribe plus button and it'll show you options there to become a member at that point. And for members, we've got Monday morning PFF scores, Thursday, we do Thursday night games, and we've also got call-in show we just did actually yesterday. For members of the channel, we do that once a month. All right, Durden up here now, bringing it back nicely on the... Actually, it's McIntosh, sorry. He gets spun around there, but a nice little return on his part, where your Seahawks will take over this half. So let's go. Come on, Seahawks. Come on, Seahawks. Richard, thank you for the... Richard, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, bro, have you seen my $5 donation? I had one come up that was the 3 months. I'll look for it in a second, Richard, but I did not see the $5 come up on yours with that. I'm sorry, man. If you want to put your message just in the chat, I'm using Google Beamer. Drop back to throw here from Geno. Quick completion underneath here to Kenneth Walker for a short gain. But if you want to just repost it in the chat, I'll look at it right now here, Richard. Sorry if I missed it on it, but it doesn't look like it showed up on my notification, unfortunately. 2nd and 7. Seahawks going to change the play here at the line of scrimmage. Geno's going to get up there fast to kind of give him the time to make some assessments here. Dropping back to throw. Again, back out to Walker in the flat. Break this tackle. Break this tackle. Let's go. There we go. Able to get out of the tackle and extend it up the field there for a first down. Nice. It's not run plays, but these quick flat route throws can serve just as this here. Walker, great job of just keeping himself out there to go get that first. First down and 10. Pistol look here. McIntosh in the backfield here for Geno. Ball at the 46 in Seahawks territory. Vikings bringing a safety blitz down from the top side. McIntosh falls forward for a gain of about 2 or 3 there. Thanks for the $5 there, Richard. If you want to post your comment on there, I'll definitely read it. Sorry if it didn't show up, but yeah, something must have not popped. I think Sharps was dealing with a little bit of an injury this week, Jason. Core, yeah, I think he's dealing with like an oblique. Trips to the far side of the field now, 2nd and 8 here for Geno. Vikings. They're tempting a blitz here. They're tempting a blitz. DK is going to go in motion prior to the snap. Dropping back to throw here. Quick throw out here to JSN. JSN will try to run over. Good job by JSN to lower his head there and be strong finishing that catch and run. This will bring Seattle into a 3rd and short situation. Nice job, Walker and JSN here on this drive. Good fight. Murphy rallying in space there, but JSN just stuck his helmet right into his chest. 3rd down and 3. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field for the Seahawks. Shotgun look for Geno. Vikings dropping out of the blitz. And we're going to get a penalty marker here on Stephen Gilmore with Tyler Lockett. Lockett looked like he was being harassed up the field. Hopefully the officials don't call this uncatchable, as the ball was a little bit high there, but Gilmore's definitely getting a little bit grabby there in the secondary, and they're going to call him for a pass interference. Big play in this game. He's been hit twice in this game as Stephon, but you know, you put his hands up on Tyler, and Tyler will sell that if you're going to stick your hands that much around him, where he kind of crabbed him there. And that's a 9-route throw. So that's a PI called down the field here, taking Seattle all the way down to the 27-yard line in Vikings territory. Handoff inside to Walker. Walker will lower his head. Try to take the dirty 3. Looks like we're going to get a holding call here on the play on the Hawks, though. Illegal shift by the Seattle Seahawks. Pre-snap penalties, man. I think that this has got to be about our 4th or 5th one here between the offense and defense in this game. IR Hungry, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Shotgun look here for Geno, 1st and 15. Dropping back to throw. He goes to Walker here inside. Walker is going to get wrapped up and taken down. You're going to lose about a yard on the play there. Richard says, I believe we can win this. Come on, Hawks. We can get this, Richard. There's time here. There's time, man. Absolutely. We're fighting, too. We're fighting. Second and 16. Nice play by Andrew Van Ginkel by the Vikings there on space. You're going to throw it right up the field here to Walker. Walker gets a nice gain there on 2nd down to at least make this 3rd and somewhat manageable. It's be about 3rd and 8 or so here. Geno taking those quick throws to Walker today with some purposefulness. I like that is built into the attack. Even if you can't run as much, there's a definite commitment in this game to just throwing it down short and taking kind of what that defense will give you on that stuff as you can. Vikings are going to dial it up though here. Geno's got to be ready for it. You're going to be getting pressure here, Geno, I would guess. They're showing a 4-man look here, so they're not showing it. They're bringing 5. Oh my gosh. Almost picked off there. Tried to go to a 9 route over the top there to DK Metcalf. DK just couldn't really get off the press coverage there. Shaq Griffin kind of locked DK down there with the press coverage. All right. 43-yard field goal attempt here for Jason Myers. Snap is down. Hold is good. Kick is up. There we go. 17-7. So the Seahawks come back here. 10 unanswered points. Tie this game back up. 10:37 to go in this football game. Good opening drive to start out the half. We're in this, folks. We're in this. Michael Orm, thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate you for that, Michael. At least this position is manageable, unlike last week. The Vikings also have a tendency to give their fans heart attacks. Well, at least we're not the only ones then, Michael, because it feels like we're sometimes as much the only ones. Like every week we got to go through the palpitations and the arm going straight and, got to hit that thing like you do your computer when they work and it starts making noises. Come on, heart, work. But we are in this. This is a better game than last week, that's for sure. Your offense is doing way more than they did last week. And defensively, you have been able to find some stops in this game. It just goes between you're either shutting them completely down or they're walking you up the field. It's kind of between those two that it's of the ends of the spectrum there, Michael. But 17-17, you've got a chance in this game. Like this season, you control your fate. You control what you can do in this game. And let's see if the defense can find some adjustments here after halftime to better lock this in, especially now as we're seeing offense starting to maybe find their footing here a little bit as this game goes along. Sanchez, thank you for the $2 donation. He says, I find myself yelling K9 to just run up the field. I do at times as well with that, Sanchez, where I think that there is in his, and he's a very good player with a lot of good parts to his game. But the one worst part of his game that is the part sometimes that gets me hesitant with him, because you can especially see this at times in watching the All-22 where I can find cut-ups of him turning down open holes, turning down that 5, 6, 7 yard gain in the essence of hoping he can bounce it outside and find like a 25, 30 yarder. And you go, just take the 7, 8 yards because you're going to get tackled there for a 1 yard gain doing the bounce move thing. And it's tough when you're that elusive and that able to get away from people that you just probably think you can always extend those runs in that way, but it does sometimes get him into trouble with that. He's been pretty decisive today overall, except for that one catch and run where, did just what we're talking about. But I do see that I do the same thing with him at times too, Sanchez. I do the same thing. Dave Barclay, thank you for the $2 donation. Good to see a Niner fan in the house, Dave. Says, come on, Brandon, you guys can win this. F Darnold. Hey, F Darnold, man. And sorry your guys' season got put to bed here being eliminated today as you were, but we've got to get this, man. We got to, come on, we can take Darnold down. We've had some luck in this game, Dave, pressuring him and putting those stack boxes, simulated pressures together, but we just haven't stayed really committed to it. We've stayed more, I think, in the 4-man fronts and trying to see if we can get the pressure with just the 4-man fronts. But that's where we come back to. Maybe there'll be some adjustments in this half where we see them doing a little bit more, trying to do a little bit more on that side of it. This kick will go in the back of the end zone where it'll be down there. Barber says K9's a finesse runner. Sharp's a bulldozer. There we go. Darnold, 14 of 21, 128 yards and 2 touchdowns in that first half. Aaron Jones, 12 carries, 51 yards. So the Seahawks have done a pretty good job in the overall view of things in stopping the run. Darnold will take over here under center. 2 tight end look here for the Vikings to start things off in this half. Pitch play out wide. Nice job by the Hawks. Woo! multiple guys doing great job there. We do have a flag on the play, but Derek Hall pushing his way into the backfield there, forcing the running back to go wide, and then Rashawn Jenkins and Devin Witherspoon coming up to go and make the play. Holding on the defense? The defense? The officiating has not been my favorite in this game. Give me a break. Trash ass NFL calls, man. Trash ass NFL calls. Man, the officiating in this game has been kind of rough to the Seahawks side of it. It's about the fourth one that we've gotten the back end, butt ass end of the call. Like all the line calls are seemingly kind of going to us. Jeez. You can't call that unless it's blatant. What do you? It's like you're wanting to call that before the play on that. By the way, it looks defensive hold tosh is where the defensive tackle holds on to the offensive lineman to prevent him from climbing to the second level, which is not what happened there. 2nd down and 5, a run up the middle here for about a gain of 3 or 4 yards. Byron Murphy in on the stop with Ernest Jones. This will bring up a 3rd and 1. Yeah, it's a play it's what you want to look for on it is the lineman trying to climb, and you get a defensive tackle that'll grab onto the jersey like this, and then the lineman tries to climb, and you can see that the lineman can't get out there. But Leonard wasn't doing that. He was getting double teamed. He was getting purely double teamed. So he's just trying to fight through both of the two blockers. 3rd down and 1 here. Darnold's going to do a little brotherly shove, and he's going to get the 1st down. Golly, come on, officials. Come on. We have a flag here. False start here on the Vikings. 1st and 10. So it'll be 1st and 15 now. .842 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tie game, 17-17. Come on, 12s. We got a 3rd and 6. Wow. So this impacts the last play, not 1st and 15. They're going to rewind all this. Boy, the play telecast got that wrong. 3rd and 6. Darnold dropping back to throw. He's looking. Close coverage there by Tariq Woolen. They got him on a comeback route. Tariq in press coverage. He's got to stay on top there. It's a tough route to stay with. If the guy's got the time, man, you'd like to see the stack boxes come there and not allow for this long developing play to go. You got him in the 3rd and 6 there. Boy, Mike just does not want to blitz. He is really scared to blitz Darnold in this game. I mean, we're deep into the 3rd quarter, and he's very hesitant to go to it on him. And I don't know if it's for the defense's benefit. 1st and 10, play action pass. Darnold moving around, finding Hawkinson, flag in the secondary. Hawkinson, a big play up the football field. We'll see what the flags are. Holding will be declined. First down, so the play will stand. They got Tariq one for the hold there. They get Hawkinson out wide there on Rashawn Jenkins. Another nice route concept here of the Vikings where they just kind of can rub one guy off another to create the separation there. Well-designed play there by O'Connell. Vikings driving down the Seahawks side of the field here, 7:22 to go. Ball onto the 34-yard line, Seahawks territory. Darnold drops back to throw. He's looking, has all the time in the world there. A little bit of an errant throw outside the grasp of Oliver, his tight end. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10. Darnold and shotgun. 2 tight ends. They're going to go to the run game here, and Jones. Jones taken down the ground there by Leonard Williams. Again, playing another just great game. Leonard Williams with his 5th tackle of the game. From the defensive tackle position, Darnold and company are going to want to run a little bit of a hurry up here. 3rd and 7. Let's see if Mike starts to dial up a little bit of pressure now, or if he tries to dial back into that 4-man front again here. 4-man front doesn't seem to be getting the job done. You got Woolen matched up on Jefferson again in press coverage. Darnold in shotgun. 3 wide. Darnold dropping back to throw. They're anticipating a blitz, and that ball will be knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Great job by the defense. And good job on McDonald not to go to the blitz there. The Vikings countered back with max pass protect. They didn't even end up running their running back or their tight end into a route. So they were anticipating blitz all the way here. And able to get some pressure. Jaron Reed, another tip ball in this game. Him and Leonard Williams on the inside have just been playing their ass off in this game. Great job by those guys. So that will lead to a 48-yard attempt here for the Vikings. The snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is going to go through. And the Vikings take a 2017 lead. Jordan, thank you for the $5 donation. Very, very kind of you. Lyle has committed to not run the ball to get Debo the ball, and they are down at half. Sometimes, even good play callers do stupid things. Well, yep. There's weird energy going on right now with the Debo Shanahan whole situation that's going down there right now. And, this has been an interesting end of the season for the Niners and what they decide to do going into the future. And a team that's very much at the crossroads a little bit on, take this path or take that path. And, I'm sure it's going to be very tough a little bit from maybe the ownership standpoint of going back for another season of let's go for it next year with where this roster is this year and where they're finishing up at. We'll see if that drives their decision-making in any kind of way. But yeah, I part of it too probably is Jordan, is you have Guerrero there, rookie, and then you're down your 2 running backs as well. So he's probably just trying to go find touches where he can kind of find touches. But the Debo situation has not been the featuring of trying to feature Debo here at the back half of the year has not worked too particularly well. And it doesn't sound like it's working well for them in that game either. Peter Van Gent, thank you for the $5 donation. Witherspoon turnover before this game's over. I can feel it. Happy Festus, everybody. And go Hawks. Well, happy Festus. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you're having a great holidays out there. Thank you, Peter, for that donation. And I like your prediction. I hope it's right. A little pick 6 by Witherspoon would go a long way in this game. I mean, you didn't say pick 6, but I think you meant pick 6 by the turnover. I just added that. If I can just kind of sandwich that, prediction a little bit, hedge it up a little bit on that one. But I like where you're going, man. And go Hawks, brother. Go Hawks. Slobby1, thank you for the $2 donation. This is kind of like the Rams' first drive in the second. It's kind of like the first drive in the second. Second game, I think, is what you meant on that. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit there. That's why it's big to come away with just the field goal there rather than allowing the touchdown. Especially with as inconsistent a little bit as the offense has been for us today. Let's keep it within 3 points there. Get it back to your offense. Give them a shot here. Defense found the stop there. But yeah, I guess that's probably pretty apropos there, Slubby One. And thank you, man, for all of your support today on the channel. Jeffrey Thistle, thank you for the $5 donation. Officials are like Hawks leading. Nope. Time to get serious. Got family with money on this. Yeah, kind of. There's been a couple of no calls on PIs down the field that have been pretty interesting in this game. The that call there where you've got a 3-yard loss on a run plan first down and you're giving them an auto first down with that call, it's pretty tough. Pretty tough. It's not been a blatant bad officiating game, but there's been some interesting calls. I guess I'll put it that way. I'll put it diplomatically, with some diplomacy. All right, Geno back under center now with a 2 tight end look. 6:25 to go. Ball at the 30-yard line. Hand off inside. Nowhere to really go there for Walker. Gain about a yard or two. Thank you again, Jeffrey, for the dono. Not a lot of room for Walker Walker today in the run game. Kind of something you knew going in with the Vikings, though. They play the run very, very well. A little bit of why Seattle, I think, has leaned to trying to hit him with the pass as much as anything. 2nd down and 8. Blitz here from the Vikings. Got to get rid of it, Geno. Got to get rid of it. He finds a short completion to JSN for about a yard or so. 3rd down. Nice job by Walker there in pass, bro. Pace got off the block, but Pace is a great blitzer from the inside linebacker position. It's no easy block there for Walker. 0 for 4 in 3rd downs for Seattle. Their average down and distance today has been 6.8 yards. Big problem of the year so far. In addition to that, just you end up in these 3rd and forevers, and it's very hard to complete these kind of plays. Play clock winding down. Geno dropping back. He's got to let it rip here. And he can't find JSN over on the other side. Geno hit as he throws there. Little gimpy on that knee coming up, and the Hawks are going to have to punt this ball. Boy, dangerous punt there. Barely got off to Dixon. Fair caught at the 15-yard line. Vikings offense will take over from there. Yeah, 3rd down. It's a great punt by Dixon, man. He would Tasha for sure. He had a guy bearing right down on him. Almost had to speed up his punting motion to get that thing off, it looked like. Very nice punt. Oh, they're just straight making AI ads now. Wally World, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, Grub play calling like he wants to be the Bama OC next year. It's been another bit of a struggle today overall. 2 drives you've had have worked well, but outside of those 2 drives, you're offensively, or 3 drives, score, you have got nothing there. It's 3-and-out city when it's stopped. And I like the featuring of Walker, where they found at least him with a short passing game, 7 catches, 34 yards, and 7 targets. But still, you've run the ball 7 times, you passed the ball 25 times. It's pretty predictable. It would seem like that's going to make it easier for defenses when you're going to be what are you at that point? You're at a almost a shoot. One every 6 times you throw, you're gonna run. When throw pass it 6 times, then run once. Pass 6 times, run once. All right, Vikings take over from the 16-yard line. Seahawks defense hopefully got something they can do here on this play. It's a pitch play wide here to Jones. Witherspoon tried to play that a little over aggressively, I think, there, and ended up leaving things open a little bit on that edge. Don't do too much now defensively here, Hawks. Stay into word. Stay patient here. 2nd down and 5. This is a handoff all day. This is a handoff. No? All right. It's a quick pass, quick throw, quick completion. 1st down. .347 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3 wide receiver look from the Vikings. Darnold under center. Play action pass. Darnold bouncing around. Finds Justin Jefferson open down the field for a 1st down. All day in the pocket. No pressure from the Hawks. Boy, McDonald's got to heat something up here eventually, doesn't he? First down and 10. Vikings onto the Seahawks side of the football field. Handoff inside. Brought down to the ground quickly. Great job by Kobe Bryant, boy. Rallying right up there on that play. Stopped him right in the hole. Wally World, thank you again for that $5 donation. And Grub, it's going to be on. There's going to be assessment after this year on him with it, And as I've said, if it comes down to it and he's not long term, it's not because he's just a bad OC purely. It's that the lack of commitment to the running game is going to sit at the forefront of it. 2nd down and 9. Appreciate you for that, Wally. Blitz look here from the Hawks. They drop out of it. Bring 4. Darnold. Aaron throw behind. Anytime you brought the stack fronts or the pressure against Darnold in this game, man, there is a fundamental difference in how he's playing the position and how comfortable he looks when you dial it up. And it's been a little bit of a surprise why there's not been more pressure the Hawks were willing to bring in this game. Because you have a completely different Sam Darnold the second that you start getting those extra defenders down in there on the box. 3rd down and 9. 2:08 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Just on to the Seahawks side of the football field around the 50-yard line of the Vikings. 4 wide. Dropping back to throw. Ball will be incomplete. Great job by the defense. Big time stop there. Vikings looking like they were about to motor it down the field. Excuse me. Right on the outside, on the onset there of getting into field goal range. Hawkinson just couldn't reel in the pass there by Darnold. We'll get a punt here by the Vikings. Fair caught at about the 7-yard line. Thank you, Megan, for blessing me on that. I'm going to get a little more coffee. Oh, let's see if we go to a commercial break or not here, I think. Or they just roll it. Yeah. Get a little bit of coffee here, folks. I'll be right back. Jeffrey Thistle, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, one thing I'll say for Grubb, whatever he's doing in the pass game, as dysfunctional and unbalanced as it looks, has teams confused because it has worked. Yeah, I think his passing concepts are really nice, Jeffrey. I think he's got a lot of stuff that he scripts well in that area of the game of things. And that's, again, one thing with Grubb on it, I think, is that it's not easy with him because there is some good stuff with him. It's not merely that bad OC stuff. It's a little bit of a microcosm of like the Geno thing at times where, Geno does this good and this good and this good and this good. The one bad thing that's your bad thing at times threatens to overtake the whole rest of the show. And I think that today we can't give him, I think you can be hard on him with the attempts at 5 here, 157 through the third quarter. You got, 7 attempts in total here in the game. And that's fair to be a little bit rough on him with that, I think, to a degree. But there also has been the purposefulness of trying to get the guys out of the backfield with the 7 catches to Walker, in addition to that. But that's going to be the place where a lot of the assessment of Grubb is going to, sink or swim, really, I'm sure, is where Mike Donald sits on that. 1st and 10. Quick throw. Completion here out to JSN. JSN, nice extension there after the catch. Gets a nice 5-6 yards there after the catch. 1st down. Good completion there. Nice concept there by the Hawks. It's kind of 3 receivers all into one kind of place. 1st and 10. Empty look here for the Seahawks. Double A gap mug pressure getting threatened here from the Vikings right up through the middle of the defense. Looks like they're bringing it. Quick snap. Errant throw there. Geno got a little jumpy there in the pocket. Just a little jumpy there in the pocket. Boy, again, just they do not trust the run game right now at all. Second down and 10. 2 tight end look here for the Hawks, back in shotgun. Geno, he's looking, surveilling, and he's going to throw it away. Boy, we just don't want to throw it. We don't want to run the ball here, do we? Geno hit again on the throw. Why are we throwing it every time? We're down 3 points in this game. Why are we not running the ball? Like, just, Grubby, come on, man. Third down and 10. Geno in shotgun now. Vikings showing a blitz. They drop out 4 on the play. Check down to Charbonnet. Charbonnet Tries to get up the field here. Spinning, keeping his feet. Nice job by Charbonnet. First down. Woo! Okay. We converted our first down of the day. Our first third down of the day here. And another third and forever one where they had to somehow find a way. 1st and 10 now. Big first down there. 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. Seahawks on the 37-yard line in Viking territory. Dropping back to throw is Geno again. Finds JSN for a quick completion there of about 4 or 5 yards. Good job by Geno to progression read there and get back down to JSN. That was his last read, I think, on the play. Be a gain of 4 yards. Clock does continue to wind. Geno and shotgun. They're going to quick snap this kind of 2-minute style. Walker spun around there. He'll gain about 4 or 5 yards on the play and bring this up to a third down and short. That'll be the last play here of the third quarter. I would believe Geno's going to maybe try to fake it like they're going to snap this, but I think this is going to run out. So Hawks driving right at about the 46-yard line, still in their own territory with a 3rd and 1. Yeah, getting the defense here a little bit of rest. W.R. Sawi is huge. Huge here, getting that defense a little bit of time now to catch their breath, as your offense hasn't done as much here, especially the second half, and that's coming off the first half where you were behind on the time of possession. So you're bringing this a little bit more even with this drive. 26 minutes of time of possession, Vikings, 18 minutes for the Seahawks. So that part works nice here. Definitely works nice there. Mike Skinner, thank you for the $2 donation. Says 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4th string cornerbacks on JJ is certainly a choice. Indeed, Mike. Indeed. Yeah, he's not gone off today, but he's definitely been pretty proficient. And 8 catches, 93 yards on 10 targets. You know, when they have gone his way, there's been catches to be had. And yeah, you've had him matched up at times on sometimes some, Trey Browns and Jobs. Not a lot of the Witherspoons, not a lot of the, a little bit of Tariq, but not just having Tariq travel with him per se there, Mike. It is a choice. Misfit, thank you for the $2 donation. He says, Charles Cross is absolutely erasing Jonathan Greenyard. Greenyard's a guy who's been very good for the Vikings as an edge rusher. I think that Lucas is doing some similar stuff with Van Ginkel, too, on the other side. Those guys have been pretty proficient players coming off the edge of this year. And they're not monsters, but they're very solid. And they can get to you and find their way here or there. And you've shut that down today on both sides. And while the interior of the line's had some issues in the past few weeks, slowly and surely here, Lucas and Cross, as your two pillars have sort of settled in there more and more. And it's great to see, and you can see really the benefit to the offense as the pressures have gone down substantially with that. I mean, this game, you got that Vikings with the blitz-heavy nature of things. You don't have a sack given up here through 3 quarters. 5 quarterback hits, and that's with you pretty much throwing almost every time. 30 attempts in this game already for Geno Smith through just 3 quarters. Person says 3rd and short, a rare but beautiful sight. Kind of person. The problem is that also tends to be sometimes our biggest issue down a distant spot. Should be to our advantage. We need this win. Come on, team. Come on, set the stage. Set the stage. You got the final quarter of action here. As a reminder, folks, I will be bouncing directly as soon as this game hits 000, heading over to the Bleacher Report. I will get that link here to the chat, and I'll get that linked up into the chat at the top for you guys. When we go to do that. So just to let you know, as soon as we wrap up here, 3rd down and 1, play action pass for Geno. He's going to look to throw it and almost throw an interception. Wow. Boy, how little do you trust your running game? God, grub. Like this is becoming a meme at this point, dude. And Fant is just so awful, dude. Why did we pay this guy? I don't know what the throw is there by Geno. I don't know what Geno's looking at there. 4th down and 1. Seahawks are going to go for a fake punt. They're giving him a good spot. He got knocked backwards, but they're giving him a good spot on the play. He got knocked backwards, but I think they're giving him the forward progression. Boy, he was knocked way far back, but they gave him the first. We'll see if O'Connell challenges this. Derek Young with a ballsy call. Ballsy. Is that Love on the play? Boy, great camera angle there. They're showing us from the front and the back where we can't tell where his forward progression is. Give me the side angle. Give me the side angle. I can't see anything. First down and 10. Vikings. We got a flag here. $12 men on the field for the Vikings. So 1st and 5. How about that? Fake punt by your Seahawks. Hell yeah. I love the ballsiness there. 1st and 5. Geno and shotgun. Boy, Vikings all over that. Loss of 6 yards on the play. Seahawks tried to do a fake end around to DK and then come back to a screen to the other side of the field, and the Vikings saw that thing from a mile away. Seattle continues to just be completely unwilling from Grubb's perspective. I mean, he is bailed off this running attack completely. You are not running the ball. 2nd down and 11 after the play, starting out from a 1st and 5. Vikings showing that blitz again here. They're bringing it. Geno, have a plan. Geno does not have a plan. The receiver doesn't get his head turned around. They don't read the blitz on the play. Details there. I don't think Jackson Smith read on his route adjustment there. I think he's got to run an adjustment off of the blitz. If the blitz comes, he's got to shorten that route up. And I think that he just ran it kind of as he typically, Geno's got to put that down on you a little bit. You're running into the coverage there. 3rd and 11. Vikings again showing those creative fronts all day long up front here. Seattle's been 1 of 7 in these moments. And they're going to have to call a timeout. Play clock winding down. Geno trying to get things adjusted here before the play clock can wind down, and he's got to call a timeout. He's got a tough call here, man. This is not where you want to be with this defense on 3rd and 11. This is not an advantageous spot. And Flores is getting further and further into his bag, it seems like, as this game's going along. Third down and 11. Geno dropping back to throw. He's got all day in the pocket. Can't find anybody down the field. 4th down. I don't know if anybody's really open there on the play for Geno at that point. They're showing the 22. It looks like everybody's covered. 4th and 17. Dixon out to punt. He'll send this away deep, trying to pin them inside the 20 if he can. Ball will bounce and go through the back of the end zone. Yeah, we went from 1st and 5 to ending up in 3rd and 17, and I'm just, Grubb's complete lack of running the ball has gone from the point of being, well, this is getting a little troublesome to, oh, I don't think he wants to run the ball, to This man hates to run the effing football. The Vikings haven't completely stopped you in this game running the ball with Walker. He's got 6 carries for 27 yards. Is he going off? No, but you're becoming so predictable. And when you become this predictable, then Flores feels like he can dial up the blitzes all day long and he doesn't have to worry about anything. I don't get why we're feeling the need to throw this much in this football game. And it's, again, part of what he's done all year long, Grubb, from this perspective of things. And it's just getting harder and harder to excuse, especially in a game like this, when you have everything on the line and the defense is giving you some stops here and going, okay, we're giving you a chance here now. And your answer to that is just to throw the ball all over the park. I don't get what Grubb's trying to do. Again, I come back to again and again, why do you think you can accomplish it this way? What is it about your team you've seen this year that makes you believe that we can just throw 24/7 and we're going to get away with that? And if you're in the third and forevers on this type of thing over and over again, you come back to these situations and you go, well, what you would expect to happen is if you're too pass happy on first and second down, if you're bailing too much on the run play, you're going to end up with a lot of 3 and outs. You're going to end up with a lot of 3rd and 8s and 3rd and 9s. And that's what we find from this football team time and time again, is that you get the outcome that you would tend to expect from a team that's too pass happy. Jake Waldman, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, going from 1st and 5 to 3rd and long is a fireable offense. Yeah, I don't, that play was another one that's a weird one. You're 1st and 5, so you're going to run an fake end around to DK Metcalf. You never give DK Metcalf an end around, so why is that going to fake the defense out? You're running a screen play, so what, you're anticipating they're going to blitz you on 1st and 5? Where, from Grubb's standpoint on that, where is your approach on that? What's the purposeful nature of your approach and what you're hoping to attack on that defense and the call you think you're going to get there in that moment? I don't quite get it. It's not just, well, that was a bad call, that didn't work. It's, what was the theory behind that call? 1st and 5. You've had a hard time running the ball all day. Take a nice quick running play. Get yourself into bare minimum 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. It's an opportunity there to start to work in a little bit of your running game, maybe a little bit there. Let's get back to run here. We haven't worked this very often. Not him though, man. He hates the run. He hates it. Like if he could just throw every single time, and I've seen coordinators like this, he just wants to throw it all the time. That's all he wants to do. Wild to watch. 1st and 10, Darnold in shotgun. Great tackle by Job in space on the bubble screen on Addison. Boy, that looked like that might go for at least about 5-6 yard gain, and he just wrapped up and brought that guy down. Chris Cam, thank you for the $2 donation, says, where's the pin and pull? Laughing out loud. Yeah, again, you had that great success with it against the Cardinals a couple weeks ago, and then you don't go back to it ever again. You go, why? It worked great last week. You got the 26-yard gain by Charbonnet, the touchdown run. Have we run one pin and pull throughout this game? 2nd down and 8. Stop, Kitty. Stop. I know. Play action pass. No pressure. Donald all day to surveil. He's going to go and run this ball, and he's going to go ahead and slide, gain himself about 4 or 5 yards. I don't know where the gap pull stuff's been at, Chris. They haven't even tried it. It's like, yeah, you've had no luck in your running game throughout the year, so you stay uncommitted to it, and then you don't even utilize the things that have kind of worked from time to time this year. What are we doing? Hopefully the defense can find another stop. 3rd down and 3. Donald in shotgun. 4-man front from the Hawks. 3 wide receivers. They move Jefferson inside to get him matched up with Ernest Jones. Great. Ooh-wee. Incomplete. Looks like we got incomplete. Nice job there. Looked like TJ Hawkinson made a great catch there in between a couple of bodies between the Hawks. You had Woolen and Love pressed right between them, but somebody was able to rip the ball out there late. Wow. Is that Woolen? Yeah, Woolen attacked the hands. Great job by Woolen of attacking the hands. It looked like he was reeling that in, but a great job on his part. And let's go defense. Standing up this second half, giving your offense a chance. Punts up. Durden picks this at the 18 with some room to work. He cuts one way, cuts back across the other way. He's reversing field here. He's still going to reverse field and get his way up the field for a nice little gain there to the 32-yard line. Good job on Durden's part. So much more comfortable back there with him than the other guy. Woo! Al kept lit. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, Al. Appreciate you for doing that. Very kind of you. Slowby Juan, thank you for the $2 donation. He says, this kind of reminds me of the 2016 Falcons. Boy, that's a deep pull, Slowby. 2016 Falcons. Trying to think of that game. That's a ways back. 1st and 10 for Geno here, under center at the 31-yard line. False start by the Hawks. Whoopity-doo. Just don't know the snap count. Like, is it that hard to know the snap count? Pre-snap penalties from our line and tight ends and receivers, and like, how hard is it to know the snap count? Details determine wins and losses in football games, and some of the details in this game from your Seattle Seahawks have not been good. Oh, macro, this offense is just, outside of those 2 touchdown drives and the deal, it's like disjointed and out of sorts and sloppy as hell. 1st and 15, 10:37 to go in this football game. Play action pass. Geno dropping back to throw. He's going to get it out wide here to Barner. Barner running hard. Barner fighting his butt off there to get a nice little gain on a little throw out to the flat. Good call there by Grubb. Gets Geno an easy completion. Just try to get some of those yards back there on 1st down. Nice stiff arm and space by Barner. Good hard running by him. Just fights his butt off there to extend that a couple extra yards. 2nd down and 6. Folks, please do hit that like button if you get a chance today. Geno again back under center here. 2 tight end look again. Run play here to Walker. Walker is loose in the open field. Walker up to the 50-yard line. Nice run by Walker. His best of the day, and there's a flag. Finally, we got a run, and then we get another flag. Oh, penalties. I don't know what that call is. The calls today from the officials have not been on our favor of things. I'm not going, it's the books are cooked, but we're not getting on the good side of calls today. Just about time and time again, I go back to it on these calls and watching this from the hold on Leonard Williams to that crap right there. Give me a break. He had his hands inside. 2nd down. Geno dropping to throw. Tyler rolling. Might have gotten the 1st down. Nice job by Tyler to get open there. Good throw by Geno to step up and climb up in the pocket to make the throw. Just sits down in the zone there by Tyler. Nice job. Come on, Hawks. Come on, Hawks. 9:11 to go here. Hawks on the 42-yard line. Down 3 points in this football game. Hand up inside here to Charbonnet. Or McIntosh. McIntosh runs strong up the middle for 8 or 9 yards. Nice job there by McIntosh. Seahawks. They're going to go no huddle here in a hurry up. Geno, shotgun. Handoff again here to McIntosh. Love the call. Let's go right back to the same thing. 4-yard gain, 1st down. Love the call. I think the Vikings even kind of felt it was coming there, and you still were able to go get those yards. So advocate for running that ball and staying committed to it, because it's just, the benefits are there on it. It's not always busting off the 15, 20-yard runs. Just stay committed to it. 1st and 10. Geno and shotgun here. Back to the running game maybe here. JSN with the catch out in space. JSN free. Nice job with Jackson Smith on the run after the catch there. Caught it, hesitated, turned back around, went and got the 1st down. Good catch and run. Seahawks got a nice drive going. Blitz coming. Geno able to get the ball out of his hands quickly before the blitz got there. Good job by Geno not holding on that ball for too long. 1st and 10 for the Seahawks here on the 32-yard line in Viking territory. Double A gap mug pressure from the Vikings. They're going to drop a little bit out of it with a zone blitz into Fant. Geno recognizes it well. Fant running strong up the field for a 15-yard gain. Seahawks are dancing. They're dancing. Geno felt the pressure coming, worked off of it, back-to-back plays, making the right read and the right decision with those throws. Easier said than done by the nature of how this Viking defense will set it up and to confuse you. That was a zone blitz there with the defensive tackles dropping back into coverage. Some confusion by the Vikings trying to communicate here. Quick snap from Geno Smith. He's in shotgun, 3 wide. He's going to then change the play based off of what he's seeing from the Vikings here. I want a little bit of a hurry-up, 2-minute offense style running here. That's what you get. Double A gap mug pressure. They're bringing it again. Geno's got to get it out of the ball. Go run with it, Geno. Go run with it, Geno. Go run with it, Geno. There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. Nicely job gimping his way around out there. You know that knee ain't feeling good, but he finds himself a nice little, probably 7-8 yard gain there on that run. Good decision on that play to use your legs, bro. Use your legs. Great job there by Lucas, by the way. He had landed a good initial block, and then he got his hands off the block once Geno broke the pocket. Hard for those tackles to do that. So there's that tendency to stay locked in on your block and not release him. And that's where you get the holding call made then. 2nd and 2. Handoff inside here to Walker. Walker lowering his head. Walker taken down inside the 5, down to the 3. First down, Seahawks. Clock will continue to roll here. It's 6 minutes to go. 1st and goal. Geno in shotgun. 2 tight ends set here. Quick handoff inside to Walker. Walker, nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Viking defense stops it right up there. The Hall of Christ. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Joel Bruss, thank you for subscribing to the channel. And Walker comes off the field a little bit gimpy after that run. Charbonnet walks out onto the field. Appreciate you guys for subbing up to the channel, folks. Please hit that like button. If you get a chance, sub on up as well. Trying to get over 20,000 subscribers today. We've got over 800 people in the chat. Really appreciate it. Ooh, yeah, Walker got his ankle twisted behind him there. 5:13 to go in this football game. Geno under center. Byron Murphy's in the game at tight end. Handoff here to Charbonnet. Charbonnet, nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Penetration into the backfield. Good job by the Viking defense there. Remaining stout. He tried to go over Sa'atoa's side and Lucas's side there. It's actually a pretty good block there by, if you could have just got the stuff pinned inside right. Charbonnet had to kind of widen that out. Murphy didn't do too bad on the play. You just had to kind of widen that thing out a little bit. Did Charbonnet versus just barreling it right up the middle. So 3rd down and goal. 10-play, 71-yard drive here from the Seahawks that's consumed over 6 minutes of the clock. Geno in shotgun, dropping back to throw. He's looking, surveilling. Touchdown. Touchdown, Seahawks. I don't know if they're going to call it, though, because he did have a little bit of a potential bobble there. Did he bobble it? Are you guys sure he didn't? I know we got the I'm waiting to do the thing here because I'm not sure. I got to see the replay because I thought that he went bump bump and he dropped it to his hands as he was going down. Let me see. What a catch! What a catch! Touchdown, Seahawks! Oh my God! He snow-coned it and just was able to maintain some control there and not allow the ball at any point to get bobbled. It's high. He's bringing it down off his helmet. It's shades of the Giants New England Super Bowl with the Tyree catch off the helmet a little bit. He's using the catch. He's using his arm. He's using his fingers. Ball's a little high, but it's touchdown, Seahawks. They take the lead. The extra point is good. 24-20. What a game. Let's go. Ooh, like it, like it. I thought he bobbled it, but the whole time he was controlling the catch. It speaks to how quickly they were able to confirm the ruling on the field that he had that maintain that control all the way. What a grab by Barner. Great throw by Geno Smith in the back of the end zone. And Seattle, here we are. Here we are. Let's go. Mr. 614, thank you for subscribing. Tucson to Portland, thank you for subscribing as well. I appreciate you guys for doing that. Really kind of you. Trying to get over 20,000 subscribers this year. So any of you new folks that could jump on up, sub on up, hit that like button too if you could for me, please. And I would really appreciate it. Mike Skinner, thank you for the $2 donation. One possession game. No reason to abandon the run right now. Well, Mike, to your point on that, and it was 9 minutes ago you presented it to, but I think that they made you look very smart on that drive. You know, there's a drive where you get back to the commitment and running the ball. 9-yard run by McIntosh. Do you come back and now we got to go back to pass. No, hurry up, go right back to the run there. Even the couple of runs I don't mind inside the 5-yard line there and trying to find that out and work it in through there on that. I think this is where we're trying to begrudgingly pull grub here, because if you can find some more commitment to it, your passing stuff's still going to work great. It's going to work even better. Your protection is going to hold up better when you can force the defenses to have to respect the balance of your offense. So you're proven very right on this one here, Mike, and very true on that. And one reason why we keep banging this drum so hard is because it's obvious that it's been the missing component to this offense throughout much of this season. And Barner pumped up on the sideline, trying to getting the crowd jacked up. Let's go. Here's the kickoff by Myers. He'll send this deep into the end zone, and that's where you'll get the Vikings taking over at the 30-yard line. Wally World, thank you for the $2 donation. Wally World, appreciate you for that. He says, Barner, tight end one. Tight end one is true, and he has emerged in that way throughout this year. He's a better blocker than Fant, and it's hard to kind of put Fant up there as a better pass catcher. I think he's more athletic. I think he's faster, but is he a better pass catcher? Is he even more dynamic as a pass catcher than Barner? And I'm not so sure with Fant. Fant seems to sometimes be more about the potential that exists in that body than the real production that we get from him on the field. But thank you, Wally. I love it, man. Vikings going to take over here from the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, 4:21 to go. They have 3 timeouts. Play action pass, false start, crowd getting loud. Let me open the window here. You can hear them. Crowd getting loud. Let's go. Let's go. Darnold putting his hands over his ears on his helmet, just trying to hear the damn play. 1st and 15. Slowby one, thank you for the $2 donation, man. I see you, B. Murph at fullback. I want him at halfback. I want him at halfback or fullback, Slowby one. I want a fullback carry at some point from Murphy. Shotgun here. Darnold, 2-man backfield. Maybe anticipating a little bit of a pressure look from the Hawks. Don't get it. Darnold hit as he throws. Completes the ball out for a nice completion to Jefferson. Darnold got whacked in the pocket there on the throw, but a nice completion there for the team. Running Jefferson kind of out of the backfield there. You end up getting him matched up against, nobody ended up picking him up in space there. I think that caused a lot of confusion on the Hawks there on that play. Well designed. Uchenna Nwosu bringing some pressure there on the play. 2nd and 3. Darnold trying to check the play here now. Desperately trying to get everything changed up in the way he wants it. In shotgun again on 2nd and 3. Dropping back to throw. Darnold under a little bit of pressure here. He's going to escape and get out and run it for a first down. .408 to go here in this football game. Uchenna again bringing some pressure there, flushing Darnold out of the pocket. Witherspoon giving chase. Thank you, Slowby one again for that $2 dono, man. Fullback, man. Fullback Murphy. That's a powerful fullback. First and 10. At the 46-yard line in Viking territory. 3 wide receiver look from the Vikings. Play action pass. Dropping back to throw. Pressure mounting ball. Hit as he throws. Almost intercepted by Ernest Jones. Darnold hit again. Trying to throw it there. Pressure starting to get back with that crowd noise. You can start to feel that pressure starting to get a little bit more deadly from the Hawks. Even the 4-man rush. Little stunt game here. Jaron Reed with the whack on the throw. And almost Ernest Jones was able to make that play. Oh, my goodness. Darnold's taking a couple hits here on this drive. 2nd down and 10. Come on, 12s. Come on, 12s. Again, living in shotgun are the Vikings right now. Blitz, pressure, brought down on the ground. Byron Murphy. Are they going to get him for, there's a flag on the play. Do we've got a face mask? Are they going to get him for a face mask here? Yeah, Byron got him on the face mask. It's a good call on the play by the officials. Pulled him down by the face mask. That's Byron trying to get back there and make something happen. Auto first down. It's a good play, and Darnold's limping, and boy, he's taking some hits on this drive. That's the 3rd one of this drive alone. Kind of pulled down behind his ankle there on that play and got his ankle rolled up a little bit. First down and 10, 3:58 to go in this football game. First and 10. Touchdown over the top to Addison. Nobody covered Addison on that drive. A couple of different plays. Boy, blown coverage by the Seahawks there. Woolens in press. And he's expecting the safety to climb over the top. And Love is not there on the play climbing over the top. I don't know what he's doing there in coverage. Touchdown back to the Vikings. Oof. Golly. Don Gomez, official, thank you for the $10 donation. That is very kind of you, Don. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Go Hawks. Go Hawks, Don. And very kind of you on that donation. I appreciate you for that. See if the offense can find another drive. See if they can find another drive. Let's go Hawks. Come on. Ten catches, 144 yards for Justin Jefferson today. He just kind of has slowly gotten there, slow but sure throughout the day. Never really taken over in one part. That's his biggest catch of the day. And, of course, the key when playing this Vikings team is how well you deal with him. And not too well in the grand scheme of things. Weird coverage there. Very weird coverage there. Frederick, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. I really appreciate you for doing that, Frederick. Burks Moose, thank you for subscribing to the channel as well. Really appreciate you for doing that. Frederick McGuy says, Woolen obviously doesn't care anymore, it seems. It's a little weird what he's playing coverage-wise there because you're in press coverage, but then what you're playing short, like the short routes, are you supposed to be staying over top and as an over-the-top defender, which is what I would guess on that play. But I don't have a lot of explanation for what, usually I can kind of explain what they're at least trying to do. I don't know what you're exactly trying to do. The safety wasn't playing hard over the top to get over there and Love. Shotgun here from Geno. 3:51 to go in the football game. Blitz look from the Vikings. Geno finds Noah Fant. Noah up the field here. Spun around for a nice gain of almost 20 yards, right up around the midfield stripe. I'm not sure too either, man. Young Guns, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, can we get a pet for Pumpkin? Go Hawks. Absolutely, we can get a pet for Pumpkin, man. Thank you for the donation. She loves that. She thanks you for that, man. This is a lucky pet for the win, honey. I need to do this right now, okay? This has to happen right now for us to get this dub, okay? It's a necessity. It's a necessity, and Young Guns needed it. Thank you, Young Guns. Shotgun here for Geno. 3 wide, far side of the field here for the Hawks. Vikings again, looking at bringing some blitzes and pressures here. Over to Charbonnet on the flat here. Charbonnet up the field nicely for a gain of 14 yards. Geno doing a good job of really feeling where the blitz is coming from right now. Vikings trying to dial it up a little bit more, and he's countering off of that really well here with some of these throws and then the decision-making, and that was McIntosh. Sorry, they got that 25-26, can look kind of similar out there a little bit initially. That was McIntosh on the catch and run there. Good balance on his part to stay in bounds and get up past the first down marker here. Seahawks up to the 39-yard line into Viking territory. Shotgun look here from Geno. Again, the blitz. Got to get rid of it, Geno. Got to get rid of it, Geno. Just as I laud him for recognizing it, he doesn't recognize this one. They're dialing it up, bud. They're gonna bring it now here, man. You gotta recognize it's coming. Zachary Johnson, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Jesse Lemons, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate you guys doing that. He wanted to go out wide there and just yeah, there was nowhere to throw it away from Geno's perspective on there. I know, Kitty. I started petting you, then I stopped. 2nd down and 16. 2:26 to go here in this football game. Vikings threatening blitz again. They drop out of it. 4-man front here. Geno almost intercepted there. Undercut route there by Gilmore, but Gilmore can't believe the ball hit the ground. I hear you, Kitty. Stingray, thank you for the $2 donations. Says, go Hawk Tua. Go Hawk Tua, Stingray. Carflex Gaming, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you for doing that. Geno and shotgun, 3rd and 16. Dropping back to throw. Comes back underneath here to Charbonnet. Charbonnet drugged down at about the 42-yard line. And this will take us to the 2-minute warning where Mike McDonald's going to have a very tough decision here. Do you want to try to take what's going to be probably about a 58 to 60-yard field goal from this down in distance? In these conditions, down at that end of the field, not necessarily what you'd like to do ideally here. Strike, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, these refs are ridiculous today. It has not gone in our favor today. We've done our share of things to be behind in this game. In addition to that, I wouldn't say that it's where they're at the forefront of necessarily like costing us this game if we lose it. But there's been some 4, 5, 6 calls on the line in this game, and pretty much all of those on the line kind of calls have not gone in your Seattle Seahawks favor. That's been a bit of the reality of it, unfortunately, and it's too bad, so sad with it. But you're not getting that benefit with them today, that's for sure. I am going to put into the chat right now a link directly to the post-game stream here. I'll pin that at the top. And if you guys do want to join me over there on that side of it, we will be. I'll be going directly over there as soon as we get to triple zeros here on the clock here in this particular game. So please do join me over there. Do have to download the app, but I'd really appreciate it if you guys do bop over there right after the game. Do a little half-hour show over there, as it does help this channel out. Helps me a lot with growth and all that good stuff. Thank you again to all the folks who joined up as far as subscribers and hitting that like button like you guys are. You're doing that. That's helping me get these folks in here who are searching for hot content right now. Please do hit that like button. Join Jesse. Join Carflex Gaming. Join Burksuk Moose. Zachary Johnson just subbed up to us. Really appreciate you guys doing that. Refs have been really ridiculous though, Strike. It's in a game where you need this game and you really just want it evenly called. This is not the game you wanted a little bit moved over. It's going to be hard enough to take it against a good Viking team, and then to kind of be on the other end of that in addition to it, just enough to maybe push you over that line a bit. But weren't able to lean on that as much today and then having that even Steven thing go. But again, we've had opportunities, and I don't want to make it on the refs. I'm not putting this on the refs necessarily. We've had our chances and our opportunities, and we've had some of the things that have plagued us through the year, plagued us in this game and have been part of the personality of who we've been in this game. I know. All right, so 4th down. Let's see what we decide to try to do here. 4th and 15. Looks like Myers is out. He's going to make an attempt of this. He's sitting at the midfield stripe where he's going to try to let this go. This is a 60-yard kick, and this is the toughest end of the stadium to make this kick. That's that open air end. It's not easy. Snap down, hold down, kick is up. Kick is drifting and not enough on it. He could not get enough down there, unfortunately. Another couple extra yards and he might have gotten it through there, but he just couldn't quite push it through. So the Vikings will take back over here with 1:55 to go in the game. Hawks are down 1 timeout. They only have 2 remaining here. So snap was good. He got a good swing at it. That's just a really tough end of the field, end of the stadium to hit that kick. You saw a couple years ago, the Broncos tried to do a 64-yarder down at that end. The ball just does not carry particularly well. Yeah, I can't blame him on that. That's just a tough kick there to make. That's 60 yards. It's like a couple yards off of a, NFL record. All right, Hawks defense comes out around the 50-yard line here. 1st and 10, handoff inside, taken down quickly there. Seahawks will call a timeout. Fuzzy Logic, Patty and Dan, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate you doing that. We're on the road here to 20,000, and we'd love to get that here before the end of the year. So if you're not subscribed up, please do get subscribed up. It helps out the channel tremendously, and we're very, very close to getting up over our mark of 20,000 for the year. So you guys are helping us get there. Thank you for that. I really, really do appreciate it. Sanchez, thank you for the $2 donation. Says Geno sacks, losing games. What a duo. Not quite enough in this one. And yeah, just as I was lauding him for dealing with the blitz, came back on that next play there and just got swallowed up by the blitz and didn't see it kind of coming. Bit of what you were going to have from a worry spot in this game. 2nd down and 9. 1 timeout left to go here for the Hawks. Pitch play here out wide. Seahawks with a nice stop there in space. Tyrese Knight makes the play. This will bring up a 3rd and 9. Timeout by the Hawks. Vikings will have an interesting call to be made here. Do you want to take a run play and eat off another basically 40 seconds of the clock, or do you try to go for the 1st down to put this game away from a Viking perspective and risk potentially giving the Seahawks still a minute and a half on the clock at that point if you decide to go that route of it instead? Slobby1, thank you for the $2 donation. Says Geno's best game of the year. I mean, it's a good game overall, I think, in what he played. There's some things in it that I think are valid as far as things to pick at and look at on him and how he ran out there today a little bit with it. I think centerpiece point on this is more of the blame comes down to a bit more to me of Grubb on this on some of the things. But it's all a bit of a mixed bag for me down the line. 3rd and 7. I formation look here from Donald and company. They're going to try to hit the play action here, and they're going to just take the sack. So basically kind of doing what we thought they would do anyway, where if there's pressure, just take the sack, Darnold. This will take the clock down to about a minute to go here for your Hawks. But there's good plays in there. There's good stuff in there. There's some bad stuff in there too. And it's complicated as ever, man. Nothing's ever easy with this team, and trying to assess them Slobby1 or trying to figure out how to fix what. It's always tends to be somewhat a little bit complicated in that range of things. All right, so they will let this clock wind all the way down a minute. Hawks will have about 50 seconds to get up the field to try to get field goals. Slobby1, thank you for the $2 donation, and appreciate all of your support today, Slobby. If Geno mounts a drive, can you call it his best? Yeah, I think if you go and you mount a drive at this point, the degree of difficulty involved on this, which, yeah, you just got to get in field goal range, but you got 50 seconds to get the field, and we've seen him at his best in doing this type of stuff and being able to do this type of stuff, but this ain't going to be easy. And the Vikings are not going to just sit back in soft zone coverage. They're going to dial up those blitzes. And so he's got to be great on this. And yeah, if he can pull off a drive like this, I think that certainly you could say that this is right up there as one of his best games of the year. This one might be a too Slobby one. I just hadn't thought about it too deeply on and there is a couple of those. He's got about three. He's got one interception. He's got two other throws in this game that are also close picks where, that does change the course of the game a little bit. And you got to acknowledge those close kind of picks that happen too. This ball goes sailing out of bounds. They were trying to pin him there, but they didn't do as good a job of pinning on that kick, did the punter. So the Hawks will have a little bit of breathing space to work with 55 seconds remaining in this football game. Let's see what they can pull off. Reminder here on this final drive as we wrap it up, hit that like button if you could for me, please. And I will be bouncing right over to the Bleacher Report directly following this game. Just click the link in the top of the pinned in the chat section here or down the description section below, and that'll take you directly to that as we will be bouncing over there and doing the post game right over there directly following the game. Geno and shotgun, season on the line. What do you got? 55 seconds to go. False start by the Hawks. Snap counts are hard for offenses now. This is a new thing, Like how? So it's on 2, but I want I want it on 1. Now it's on 2. 1st and 15. This is why it's hard to get to necessarily for me on officials for this. Like officials haven't been good today, but this is where we've done our share of stuff to the self-inflicted wound stuff thing. You've done your share of it this year in this game. Where you look at your head, you look at your players, you just shake your head a bit. 1st and 15, Geno throws an interception. Jesus. Slobby One, your dono was perfectly timed. Oh my God. Oh. Hans Van Wyn, thank you for 12 months as a Hawks Nest member, a year as that support. I really thank you for that. Man, oh man, does the 2-play sequence of Trey Brown look tough now? Definitely does. Definitely does. It stands out. I warned that was going to be something that ended up weighing out over the game when we got down to the end of the game, and it ended up doing just that. And that's a brutal way to end this game with a couple of things at the end of there with Geno and DK on their miscommunication, their lack of being in sync. DK rounds out the route. Geno just throws it blindly. Slobby Juan, thank you for the $2 donation. Says, well, next year might be great. And that will wind us down. They will down the clock there. I'm going to go over to the Bleacher Report here immediately following this game. A brutal loss here at the end of it. And there's some issues of this team that we've got to take a look at this offseason, and everything is at a point of assessment at this point. Your season is over for the most part, in my opinion. Technically, maybe you're still in it at this point. But I think that this team is going to have to get real with itself and about the players in house, and that to get us to a point of contention moving into the future, there's probably going to have to be some tough decisions to be made in the grand scheme of things coming off the heels this year. It's a successful season. McDonald's been the right coach, I think, for us, but this team still has a ways to go to get to a place if we want to become a real true blue contender. We're not there right now. We're not right there, and a lot of us will have different reasons for it, but that's the reality. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're seeing. I'm going over the Bleacher Report right now. I want to thank Slobby One, all your donos. Hans, thank you for the membership as 12 months here, and all of you Sanchez for doing that. Thank you to all of the new subscribers as well. If you can, hit that like button, maybe sub up if you get a chance on the way out the door. Really appreciate it as it does help this channel grow. Sorry we didn't get a better result this season on this one, folks, as they tempted you, they teased you, they made you think maybe this could be a year where it slides in a little quicker than we might have thought coming into this season, and it didn't happen on that, which is tough to see. But we'll just have to lick our wounds and turn this around and see if the team can find some answers here into this offseason. Though we probably are still somewhat here alive. But yeah, let's face it, it's a bit dark right now on that side of it. I thank you guys for watching. Again, please hit that like button on the way out the door. We'll be back with post-game discussion later on this evening. But until then, even after a loss like this, please don't you ever forget, And by the way, join me over. I'm going right now over to the Bleacher Report directly, so you can click that link in the top of the chat here, directly to the Bleacher Report. And I'll be back here in a couple hours in the postgame. But please don't ever forget, go Hawks.